It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Welcome to Money Shot, the latest Max Wrestling event, the first of its kind, just like Leap of Faith back in February. This is replacing Fight for the Knowledge mainly because Money in the Bank is coming up this weekend, and we wanted something themed after another big pay-per-view. Fight for the Knowledge didn't really have a pay-per-view attached to it, and we already just did a trivia special, so it's all promos this week. This is your captain speaking, along with the one we call El Jefe, Moses Marquez, and we are joined by a rare appearance from the podcast machine, Mike Larkin, here to discuss every single twist and swerve in pro wrestling.
Yo. Right, coming up tonight, top of the morning, right? We got Money in the Bank predictions. We go back and we look on Forbidden Door, plus the last night's fallout from Beach Break. Beer is handling NXT Heatwave. My man loves him some NXT. Plus, last month was Trivia Takeover. This week is Promo Takeover because we have four more promo clashes, including 2 title defenses, and we crown the first ever Duel Champion in a blockbuster fatal 4-way for the King of the Mic final. And finally, the Knowledge Championship is on the line, and everybody's favorite, the Champions Mountain. So you make sure you subscribe right here on the YouTube. Follow us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is you get your podcast. And, of course, head on over to the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com for all your links and a whole bunch more.
A lot of action going down. Cannot wait for Champions Mountain, second of its kind. And also, it is the 4th of July, which means it's a very important day.
Happy Treason Day.
Happy birthday, Chad.
Hey, happy birthday, Chad.
It's also election day in the UK. I don't know what day it is over there.
Independence Day.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Celebrate our independence.
Your elections. When's your elections?
Oh, that's not until November, bro.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. Ours is today. So obviously I'm wearing red because never in my life will I ever vote blue. So, politics aside. Here, Politics aside, no shit Mark say this week because there was plenty of that in the Prime Minister's Question Times. We have a lot to get through, but we do have a rant of our very own from Beer because it is time for the IWC to feel his ire.
Yeah, he's been promoting this on like Twitter and all over. This must be like really, really like fiery because I've been seeing it. Like he's really been going at the IWC, man.
I haven't watched it myself yet, but he tells me he gets very bowed up.
Oh, okay. All right now.
Right, I'm going to try and make this short, and I'm going to try and make it as sweet as I possibly can. This is a message from most of the IWC fucking idiots from last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. Right, we had Monday Night Raw last night. It was a very good go-home show. Go-home shows are normally garbage, but last night's Raw I thought was very, very good. We had a triple threat match between Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, and Zoe Stark. Now, I had a feeling that the overwhelming favorite to win the match was Dakota Kai. I went, cool. Yeah, that's fine. You know, 2 members of Damage Control are going to be in the 6-woman ladder match. But to my shock, Dakota Kai lost the match. So, I go on my Twitter, I put a tweet out saying, meltdowns in 3, 2, 1. Refresh my screen, and I see the most idiotic, retarded fans I have ever seen in my whole fucking life. You've had people saying, oh, it's an all-star card, and Zoe Stark. And you've also had these absolute idiots all saying, oh, Dakota Kai should go to AEW, Dakota Kai should go to TNA, Dakota Kai should go to Japan. Dakota Kai was a fucking free agent before she went back to the WWE. Why didn't Tony Khan sign her? Why didn't Scott D'Amore sign her? Exactly. So, and I see people tweet things like, oh, fuck Triple H, fuck WWE, fuck Bruce Pritchard, even though fuck Bruce Pritchard anyways. But that's not the point. The point is, I am sick to death of these fucking fan base on Twitter. They are an absolute disgrace. One person, and I saw this, someone shared on, he messaged Triple H on his Instagram by saying, You're a fucking disgrace. Dakota Kai should have won the match. Yeah, can I just point out to you little virgins out there, Dakota Kai, if she did win the match on Monday Night Raw, she would have not been winning the fucking match, because it's either going to be two winners that's going to win it, and that's going to be Tiffany Stratton or Chelsea Green. Go figure. Fucking virgins, honestly. I have never in my fucking life seen a bunch of low-life little scumbags in my life. One fan tweeted saying he hopes Triple H has another heart issue. That is beyond disgusting. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Asuka, who I think Asuka for me is in my top 10 ever. And no one can change my fucking mind. I love Io Sky. I've been a big Io Sky fan since she was in NXT as Io Shirai. And now we're in the midst of a new Io Sky character change. She's going to be Unhinged Io, Retro Io from NXT, and I'm down for it. I love Kairi Sane. I love the Pirate Princess when she was in NXT, but she's not really been used great since she's come back. And I'm a big Dakota Kai fan. I love Dakota Kai since she's been in NXT. But the whole thing, she got the pen. She got the pen. Wake up! Did you little virgins not see the promo she cut before she got attacked by Lyra Valkyria, Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter? Did you not see in the background when Kathy Kelly was talking to her, Io Sky gave her the same evil look she gave Bayley? And what happened next? Oh, Bayley went on and won the Women's Championship at WrestleMania in what was for me was an absolute banger. And I am sick to death of this fucking fan base. Twitter has become the most toxic app in the world right now. I go on Twitter because I keep an eye on what things that have happened to the people I actually enjoy following, who actually speak fucking sense. Shout out to the people like Soul Monster, JD, and a few others. People may not like JD, but JD speaks fucking facts. I even saw one person that actually said, oh, Dakota Kai, go to AEW, go to TNA, Dakota Kai is all elite. One little cretin actually said, I'm fucking going from WWE, I'm going to go to AEW. Fuck off then. No one's there. Absolute filis da puta speaking a lot of bucaria. So anyway, I'm starting to question a few fucking things now. Who is the worst fan base? Is it Liv Morgan fans or is it Damage Control? You tell me. Anyway, people just don't tend to just want to, what's the product for what we're going? The WWE is as hot as it's ever been. The hottest it's ever been, probably since the Attitude Era and maybe Ruthless Aggression Era. We're in the midst of some of the greatest stories that's going so far. You look at Monday Night Raw. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. You got Chad Gable with the Alpha Academy. And also lurking around is the Wyatt family. You got EO possibly now becoming Unhinged EO, which is what I'm dying to see. You got the whole thing with Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. And when Rhea Ripley comes back, it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime 5-star fucking pop. You look on SmackDown Live, you got the whole thing with LA Knight probably going to beat Logan Paul at SummerSlam. And you also got the fact with Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu coming to the WWE, which I cannot wait to see him one-on-one because Jacob Fatu is fucking fantastic. And the whole thing with Paul Heyman, and what's going to happen? Roman Reigns is going to come back, and that's going to be a pop of a 5-star fucking classic. A Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, fucking 5-star takeover classic. Honest to God, I could not believe some of the things around Twitter last night. I just could not believe it. I stayed up to watch Monday Night Raw. And that's no excuse, because I'm fucking knackered. Look at my eyes, fam. Look at my eyes, blood. It's mad. So, for me, for all the little clowns and the little cretins out there that were giving Zoe Stark so much abuse last night on Twitter. Grow up. Real talk. Grow the fuck up. Or you can... There's a door. It's called go outside. If it's a man, go and shag a fucking woman or go and see a fucking pussy for the first time. And if you're a woman, you really need to get a fucking life. Or go and suck dick for the first time. Or you're probably someone who's probably hanging out on street corners. And I, honest to God, I am sick to death of this fucking fan base. It's like, people just need to remember what happened. Let's look at reality. I saw someone tweet, oh, Bailey's getting buried. Bailey got buried. What happened? Who's now the women's champion on SmackDown Live? Oh, Bailey. Liv Morgan crybabies, crying their eyes out when Becky Lynch won the Battle Royal. Who's women's champion now? Liv Morgan. Dakota Kai did put some on her stream, and she actually said that she's looking for a singles push. Triple H vision that. He thinks, what I'll do then, if I put Dakota to lose, she'll leave Damage Control, and she'll go on her own. And Dakota, I think, will win the championship. So all you little fucking virgins and little crybabies out there need to calm the fuck down, watch the fucking product. You were crying like fucking wimps back in 2019 when we saw Raw at the lowest I've ever seen. Thank fuck at the time for NXT and AEW, because SmackDown was horrendous and Monday Night Raw was not that much fucking better. So you little virgins out there, watch the fucking product, because we're in the midst at the moment of the rivalry of the fucking year between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. The lad said it on the podcast last week, it's the feud of the fucking year. Seriously, ran over, and some of you fans last night that said the things that were said about Triple H, you be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Anyway, ran over. Back to the show.
Oh, you mean
Cry babies of the internet?
We've got Kai babies now.
You mean the people who
Nice.
aren't patient and just let it like roll, like Dakota Kai is going to have it be an important storyline with Damage Control, and just like, oh my God, she's losing. You mean those crybabies that can't just fucking chill and not be patient?
People have no patience. Yes, bro.
No patience. Those people.
And Beer, I'm with you. I love Dakota Kai, I really do. But are they really going to push her when she's had how many ACL, MCL injuries?
Okay, you see, that's my point, because her and Tegan Knox both respectively have both 2 knee braces on both knees, so
Yeah.
those were both very injury prone, unfortunately. And I love Dakota Kai too. I love her too, but she's injury prone.
Stone Cold
She
Dakota
is.
Kai.
Yeah, like a Stone Cold. Like towards the end of his career, he was wearing 2 knee braces all the time.
Yep.
And then he was retired within like a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, injuries happen, and when they do, they hold you back. That's just the law of the land. But after that, let's get into our first championship match of the evening, because we got 3 of them to get through, plus another 2 promo bouts. The Lawyer, Chad Malcolm, is about to defend his television championship against the podcast machine, Mike Larkin. It's TV rules, which means it's the longest promo that wins, unless the longer promo is 3 minutes over the opponent, and both promos must be at least 3 minutes long. And within 12 months, Mike has now faced the original 3 members of Dragon Club.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm actually, I'll be honest with everybody. I recorded this promo like 2 hours ago, so at 5 a.m. my time. But I hope y'all enjoy.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. The show starts in 2 hours. I was going to reschedule, but it's a money shot. Happy 4th of July, everyone. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't do this, because I don't want to reschedule. And I love giving my best foot and putting it forward, so to speak. So hope you guys enjoy. And let's see if I win the Max Wrestling Television Championship. So with that being said, here's why Chad sucks. Here's why he will always suck. And here's why he will continue to suck. You know, the passion that I thought I lacked when I lost the promo championship to Travis the Walker Anderson at the Max season 2019, I realize now that was all an illusion because I never lost that passion and persistence. I've always had it right here. And I needed to remind myself of that. So without these sporadic appearances, and I haven't been doing promos as quite often as I'd like, or as frequently as I would like you guys have, but this is probably some of the most funnest and enjoyable times I've had, man. Like, I love what I'm doing, and I love what I get to do. And wanting to be a champion again, because I haven't been a champion in 3 years. And I think it's time to change that. Because Chad Malcolm is not it. You know, last year around this time, I faced Dazzy Dangerously for the Max Wrestling Television Championship. And I was this close to winning it. Which makes me want it even more, especially with who the current Max Wrestling Television Champion is. Chad Malcolm, the lawyer, probably one of the most boring, bland, pedestrian, and one of the worst and laziest champions in the history of Max Wrestling. With a gimmick that is only funny to 3 people. You insufferable and pretentious douchebag. You chucklefuck, placenta smelling, looking like the product of Oliver Twist and Little Orphan Annie if they had a baby, son of a bitch. Can you tell that I don't like you, Chad? Can you tell that I don't give a damn or I don't give a crap if you like me either or? Because this is not a bold prediction. This is a spoiler. And to quote one of the greatest and most bestest promos in the history of pro wrestling, I'm about to put some hard times on you, boy. When I started with Max Wrestling in 2016, I've always said this is and will always be the best alternative podcast of wrestling podcasts. We go out of our way to have creative juices flow, evoke emotions, elicit reactions, and make people feel and put eyes on the product. While you little shit cricket, you go out of your way to try to retain, reclaim, and regain the Max Wrestling Television Championship. You rely on loopholes. You rely on the Dragon Club, which first and foremost, fuck you and the clique you claim. You don't have the balls. You don't have the gumption to do this by yourself because you know you can't do this by yourself. While I may be pissed off because, boy, I am. I need to be a champion that you can be proud of. When I first won that Knowledge Championship, and please believe, when they say that you never forget your first, I will never forget my first. When I first won that Max Wrestling Knowledge Championship, this is something that I was synonymous with. This is what I symbolized, and this is what I wanted to be the best representation of the presentation of this brand. I want to do that again, but you are standing in my way. So the way I look at it, this is a win-win for both of us. We both have something to prove. You have the option. You have the opportunity to prove that you do not suck and you are not Drek. And I have something to prove that I have the opportunity to prove that I still belong. And whether win, lose, or draw, I made a difference. Because you do this as a hobby. I do this to make a difference. I do this because I love this. I don't need this to do this because I need to do this. I don't need to do this because I have to do this. I need to do this because I want to do this. And I want to be the next Max Wrestling World Television Champion. Why? Because my name is Mike Larkin. I am the podcast machine. I am a Max Wrestling original. And in this topsy-turvy world, someone needs to put this world back on its axis. Somebody needs to restore law and order. And brother, you're looking at him. The man makes the champion makes the man. And I've been the man, and I will always be the man. Thank you for watching. I hope I've entertained you, and let's see if I win that championship.
What? It's time to defend the title again. Hang on. Okay. Maybe it is. Right. Okay. Right, sure. Let me just see which members of Dragon Club want to match this. What? Michael Larkin has challenged me. Oh, you must be joking. Yeah, okay, what if I just don't agree to it? What? None have confirmed it. Of course they have. Right, okay. When's this taking place? Are you taking the piss? On my birthday? On my birthday? July 4th? No, you're joking. As in Thursday, July 4th. They're making me work on my birthday against Larkin. Right. Brilliant. Guess I gotta pull out the old lawyer. Do what I did to Daz, just 3 seconds, and then what? A minimum of 3 minutes. They're just taking the piss now. They're actually taking the piss. Right, so I've got to go the minimum of 3 minutes against Michael Larkin on my birthday. Am I missing anything else? No loopholes. No loopholes or lawyer shit. Right, okay. Okay, right. Okay, so you want me to go at least 3 minutes against Michael Larkin. Okay, what did he say about me? He said he wants to be a champion people could be proud of? Okay. Well, the thing is, right, they don't really see me as a champion because I take a lot of time off, but nobody wants to see him as a champion, so there's the difference for you, eh? Do you not think he looks like that guy that tried to kidnap Holly Willoughby? No, honestly, look it up. If you just search "guy tries to kidnap Holly Willoughby," honestly, it looks like Michael Larkin. Genuinely. He's probably got Jay Slater as well. Right, okay. I'll see what I can come up with. Okay. So I've said I'm going to hold this championship for as long as I can and as long as I want to. I did say that I was only going to face people in Dragon Club, but for some reason Anon had other ideas. If I find out who Anon are, and everybody that's associated with them, just stop getting involved in people's business. Stick to beer. Just stick to beer, yeah? You don't need to come after me as well. I wonder if Anon would like a match for the title. I'll tell you what. When I beat Michael Larkin, Anon, when I retain the championship, either you or any of your little buddies, any of you want a match, you're on. So, Larkin, this was fun. I'm going to try and go bang on 3 minutes. I hope that you go over 6. Good luck, pal. And see you later.
Okay, right, let's get to those times. So the fun times are Chad Malcolm, the reigning defending champion, comes in at 2 minutes, 44 seconds, which technically is under the 3 minute minimum. And Mike Larkin comes in at 5 minutes, 1 second. So by longest and, of course, broken rule, we now crown a new Max Wrestling television champion, and it is the podcast machine, Mike Larkin, adding to the collection he is.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, Chad was hoping you were going to go over the 3 minute boundary, and it would end in a double DQ, I guess.
Well, first off, I will say this: happy birthday, buddy. Number one. And number two, sorry I ruined it for you. And okay, I'm being nice. Really,
right in the hat. Right.
We'll get him some cake.
Have some cake.
To be fair, I don't have to tell him until the show airs, so he can enjoy his birthday until 7 hours from now when it airs.
He's got time.
Or you can pull a Phoenix, Chad, and don't watch, and you can catch up in about 6 months.
Yeah.
Do that one.
All right. We do have a lot more promo action to come, but let's get to Money in the Bank predictions for this weekend.
Pay-per-view predictions.
Fortunately, there was only 5 matches, as Moses said, the Triple H special. And as Mike said, it is quality over quantity, Tony. I mean, don't get me wrong, 14 great matches, but we don't need 14 matches in one night.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Especially when some of them could have easily been done on a Dynamite.
Yeah.
We
predicted it, and it was 13 matches long. And then it came to Friday, and it was 2 more matches added from Rampage or something. And we were like, we don't need this.
No.
See, that's what
we already predicted 13 matches.
Yeah, that's what you got to do what Nicola, Robert, and I did. We waited till Thursday, Friday.
No, I saw that. And I was like, they waited till the last possible second. Oh, nope, not the last second enough.
Yep,
These
and then
fucking
freaking added
guys.
like 2 more matches, this son of a bitch. And like I said, I love doing predictions, whether it's you guys or everybody. But my problem is, and I'll go at you, Mr. Tony Khan, with your sycophantic self. You friggin' have to add like 2 friggin' more matches on Rampage and then Collision. Oh, by the way, here's another one. He's a fucking the Oprah of wrestling. Good.
He didn't even add them to the main show. He added them to the buy-in.
Yes.
I know.
The buy-in started at like 3:45.
Yeah, it started at like 6:30 my time, dude.
It's a little ridiculous.
So these aren't even on the pay-per-view. These are free matches, which you can just put on Rampage or Collision, and they'd still be free anyway, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
But WWE don't do pre-show matches anymore, so we are literally only sticking with 5. Let's kick it off with what I think may be a bit of a foregone conclusion. Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental title against Braun Breaker, WWE's new favorite destruction toy thing. And I just got interrupted.
Goldberg's
I'll leave you
back,
guys
baby.
predict first.
Ooh, okay. Mo, you want to go first or shall I?
I don't know if I can. I'll rock with it. I know.
Okay.
I just literally just made the joke about saying Goldberg's back, but I mean, when was the last time we saw a guy with momentum like this, where he was tearing through roster after roster member after roster member after roster member? Granted, yes, it's on an undefeated streak of 173, beating 4 guys in one fucking episode of Nitro. We won't get into that bad episodes of Retro Rewind, but this is the perfect opportunity to take a kid who's from NXT. And you're taking a guy that was beloved by everybody in Sami Zayn. And it's one of those ones where it's like, if for some reason, somehow Sami survives, which I don't fucking see that happening, I don't think people would mind it. I think there might be some people upset, though, if Braun don't win. So I'm leaning all the way towards Braun. Like I always say in every fucking episode, if there's momentum, roll with it. Because that's what the old school method was. Whoever's hot, you run with that. And there's nobody hotter right now than Braun fucking Breaker.
I'm glad I got interrupted because this is the first time since I found this soundbite that I've been able to use it. So
I'm trying to cut an award-winning podcast with Sam fucking Roberts from New York City.
Yeah, damn it.
Thank you, Steve. Anybody who's been listening for like 3 or 4 years knows how much we've searched high and low for that goddamn soundbite because they took it off.
Yes.
What was it? Podcast 1.
Podcast 1, son.
The show used to be on. So, all right. Yeah, I'm going with Braun Breaker because he just seems to be their new favorite toy right now.
Yeah, we're gonna make it a 3-peat because I mean, not since the momentum when we've seen Brock Lesnar come in like 6 months, wins the title in 2002, have we seen such a hot commodity that is Braun Breaker. I mean, like Mo said, for coming up from NXT, being a part of the Wolf Dogs, with Baron Corbin, you have comedy mixed with everything that was in there, and Braun Breaker has just been on a tear. If he does not beat Sami for the Intercontinental Championship, to be completely honest, gentlemen, then what the hell is the point? So yes, I'm going with B squared, Braun Breaker.
I mean, if Chad Gable didn't beat Sami Zayn with all that momentum, what are they doing?
Seriously. No, yeah, hey, fucking for real. What are we doing? You're not wrong. Like I keep saying, hot momentum. Who had momentum? Chad Gable said, "Fuck off." Braun Breaker has all the momentum. You cannot bring this fucking big rig to a screeching halt. You can't do it. It's collateral damage is what will happen. So yeah, give it to Braun. Do it now.
All right. Actually, one of these is probably going to open the show. So let's go with the women's Money in the Bank match. We got Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark. Yeah, Io's already won it. Lyra's on a bit of a push. I think she might be the favorite, or maybe Tiffany. Maybe Tiffy time.
I'm stuck on Tiffany. And that's for more than one reason. That's obvious on that. But she's not supposed to be here. Have we not talked about how fucking young she is and how little bit of time in NXT she spent? She's not supposed to be this good in this main event scene, and she's not supposed to be here. Yet she is. And they've given her push and big matches and all of this shit. And now is the time. Climb the ladder. Get the Money in the Bank. Get that fucking get that giant pop from the crowd. Get that huge push by having the briefcase. Set something up huge. Another one, a fucking young star with nothing but momentum. Yeah, Lyra's on a tear. I will absolutely agree there. And there's no reason. I feel bad for Naomi. We say this all the time. She really just should have hung out in fucking TNA at this point.
You should have stayed in TNA.
You're not going to win here. Hopefully, she at least gets a chance to look good. That's what I'm hoping. You know what I mean? When you look at it and you get that initial reaction, my first person I see climbing to win it is Tiffany. So that's exactly who I'm going to stick with.
Yeah, I think the only benefit for Naomi coming back to WWE was hanging out with her husband.
That's it.
Other than that, she has just been kind of there. Whereas in TNA, she was Knockouts champion for months. She beat, we've talked about it, Deonna Purrazzo multiple times. Jordan Grace multiple times.
Yeah, Jordan Grace multiple times, yeah.
Like she became the face of the Knockouts division, and she's gone back to SmackDown to be the same as she was before.
Maybe even lower?
Yeah, maybe lower because she was a multiple-time champion before she went to TNA. And then Sasha made her walk out. So...
I want to talk about that.
Ooh. So I'm thinking...
That's one for Tiffy. Mike, who are you going with?
Well, first of all, I think with Naomi as well, just to add on to your guys' point, I think they're setting up her and Blair Davenport coming up, because I did see some stuff on SmackDown that they're looking to get Blair, another youngin, coming up in Naomi, which, I mean, that's not going to be too bad, but I'm looking forward to seeing her rise and many rises, especially in this match. I know, man, y'all got me, like, I'm stuck on Tiffany, but just because she's the hometown girl, I'm actually going to switch it up, just for a comedy perspective, and I want to see it. I got to go Chelsea Green.
I would not be surprised. I think Chelsea Green should be considered a dark horse in this one.
I like that, though. I hate that.
She would be great with the briefcase.
Girl, Chelsea Green, man. Chelsea Green. Gotta go Chelsea.
I would love to see Chelsea Green with the briefcase, because the amount of teasers she could have cashing in.
Oh, yeah.
And even Piper could help her cash in when she does, like, use it. So I was gonna have breakfast at Tiffany's, but I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go with the green.
Hell yeah!
The only time I will support Chelsea.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Attaboy.
Yeah,
give me Chelsea Green too. Not just for the comedic thing. Like, she can sell the hell out of anything.
Oh yeah.
People don't how good she like really is. Even we can talk about Laurel Van Ness and her tenure in TNA, but she's really good.
Hot mess. All right, we got a random ass 6-man tag between Team Cody and the Bloodline. Yeah, when your WWE Champion's reign isn't really hitting all the right cylinders, you book him in a 6-man tag on a pay-per-view.
Bruv, we're on a bicycle. I love Cody to death. We're on a bicycle. We're not even in a car with cylinders, fam.
But this might be the beginning of something for him to get his teeth into, because we are smelling a Randy Orton heel turn, which would take him through to SummerSlam, which would be a great program for him.
Yes.
Heel Randy can make anybody look good.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Unless you're Kofi Kingston, then he just makes you look stupid.
Hey.
But,
well, hey, that's Kofi's fault.
Stupid man. As far as the 6-man tag goes, I do smell Randy turning, so I'm gonna go with the Bloodline. I think they also. Oh, actually, we don't actually know which members of the Bloodline. It could be any 3 of the 4, because there's 4 members, and of course it's a 6-man tag. I'm not expecting Roman to come back at Money in the Bank. I think if anything, it'll be the go-home show to SummerSlam if they don't book him in a match already.
SummerSlam sounds better. I mean, granted, you say Roman Reigns, and I got the Kai Green Instagram video in my head. This kid's going to come back gigantic. Let's just be prepared, everybody. He's going to come back gigantic. But this is fucking Money in the Bank. This is a throwaway show on a show that doesn't even have a world championship match. So, yeah, there's no reason for him to even come in.
It's got the world title, just not a WWE title.
Yeah. But no, fucking SummerSlam's what, a month away?
Yeah, August.
Yeah. just under a month.
Yeah, he can come back then. That's fine. And even if he doesn't, as long as he comes back by what? He can come back in December and we still wouldn't. That'd be okay with that. At least I would be.
I mean, one thing for sure, it's going to be the biggest babyface pop Roman's ever had.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And we're all here for it for once.
You're here.
But I'm glad you mentioned this being a throwaway show, because I was going to say, like, they made this big thing a couple of years ago about having the big 5 pay-per-views now. It used to be Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Then they tried to make Money in the Bank the 5th big one.
They tried.
This doesn't feel like a big show at all. Like it felt pretty big last year because it was like the first mainstream pay-per-view in the UK in London. Last year before, whenever they did it. And this one's in Canada, and like, no disrespect to Canada, but we've had plenty of pay-per-views from Canada, and this just feels like another pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's just a fucking show. But then again, I call it the Triple H special, and I'm gonna ask Mike, because of course Mike's a historian. He knows what the get down is. Okay. Around what year did Triple H show up in WWE or WWF back then?
Like his first appearance as Hunter Hearst Helmsley?
Sure.
95.
See, I fucking love this guy. 95. So this was during the time of monthly in your house shows, monthly, where it was literally a 1-match show. Then you'd get to the Survivor Series, the Royal Rumbles, the all those, the Summer Slams, WrestleMania. You'd build to the big 4 where you'd have big great matches, the blow off matches or whatever. Welcome to everything in your house, just with a different name. Yes, they're going to be better quality than they were in the 90s. Thank fucking God for that. But that's what we're going to get. All of these are going to be, they're going to be short. They're going to be sweet. They're going to be condensed. They are meant to have one really good match. And if the rest of them are good, cool.
Yeah, it is very in your housey.
Yes.
And there wouldn't really be anything special if it wasn't for the Money in the Bank matches.
Exactly. I mean, what was the last show that we did before this one? What was the last WWE PLE?
Clash at the Castle.
Castle, yeah.
Exactly. And in your house. The one before it. And in your house. That's just it's the pattern, because that's the pattern he came into. If you do the WCW, the NWA, the 10, 11, 12 matches, you have to be able to keep interest for those 10, 11, 12 matches. And again, somebody who's a fan of that, with all the shit that you see everywhere, some of those were just downright boring. Even during that era, they were just downright boring. It's just big guy versus big guy for no fucking reason. He's attempting to give you, as Mike put, quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, that's what we're getting. It's in your house, but much better in your house. So good job, Trish.
I think the only thing letting this show down is the 6-man tag. Like, it should be Cody versus somebody with the title on the line.
Yeah.
But we haven't really got many feuds to build into it, unless we do get this turn from Randy. So, is that a repeat for the Bloodline?
Yes, but I will say that it'll be... All right, I'm going to switch up because we're trying to figure out which Bloodline members. I'm going to say it's going to be Solo, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu. And I think Solo's going to pin Cody, and that's going to lead to Solo and Cody at SummerSlam for the title.
So no Randy turn.
No Randy turn for me.
All right.
I think total Randy turn, and I see Solo pulling the Roman card for a little bit, where he's just going to hang out like, I'm here, motherfucker, but I'm not wrestling.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people, because we see it online, instead of Cody and Solo, a lot of people really want to see Cody and Jacob Fatu, which I would be for.
Yes.
Samoan Werewolf, let's go.
This kid, I'm so glad he's here. He's got a good spotlight.
Yeah, we probably got more Fatus coming too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. If you're on Twitter, bro, apparently everybody with the last name Fatu is on their way in. So
Give me Zilla Fatu, Maga-san, hell yeah.
It's going to turn into everybody sitting around the table and fucking Vin Diesel breaking out the barbecue.
Yeah. Okay, well,
You reach for the chicken, you say grace. That's the only quote I remember, because it's the only movie I remember from the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Oh, you're terrible. So much more than that.
Okay, that brings us to the final 2 matches, I guess. Last chance for the World Heavyweight title. Damian Priest defending against Seth, well, almost on Netflix, so fucking Rollins. If Priest wins, Rollins will never challenge him again for the title as long as he's champion. And if Rollins wins, Priest must leave the Judgment Day.
That ain't
Priest,
happening.
solo Priest would be interesting, but I don't see it happening. Not without an internal combustion. And it doesn't really hurt Rollins to not be able to challenge Priest again because, I mean, how much longer is he going to be champion anyway?
Should this guy be on vacation? And he only got
Yeah,
back or some
Seth's come
bullshit?
back for like one match.
Mhm.
Fucking shit.
Well, I mean, his wife's unemployed now, so.
So? Go on holiday, god damn it, Jesus. Yeah, no, Damian Priest he's got dumb momentum behind him. He's world champ, but he's also a forgettable world champ, but he's in a faction that's crazy over mainly because of Dom. Which is fine. You know what I mean? It's a faction. There's always one star over the rest of them. You're 100%. Seth doesn't need this. And then even if you were to fucking hot potato it back to him, he's going to end up losing it, what, in the following pay-per-view to somebody else anyway? Like, it just doesn't...
Well, yeah, Damian or Seth would then face Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to give it to Seth to hold it for a month to lose. Like, no. Makes no sense. Give it to Damian Priest. That's probably when we get a fucking Judgment Day implosion. You know, maybe he gets jealous of all the pictures. I don't know. We'll figure it out. He probably just gets so jealous of Dom. But that's... Give it to Priest. You let him maintain it. Seth go on holiday.
I think if Priest wasn't going to drop it to McIntyre, he's not going to drop it to Rollins. When
Yep.
Drew had all the momentum.
Yep.
So, Mike, I'm assuming you're going with Priest, and then we get Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yes, just because it would be different because we've seen Seth and Gunther before. And also, I think just the ideology of having Damian with the title and Finn being the one, because we've seen the tension and the dissension almost within the Judgment Day between the two. And Finn has always talked about wanting to get that championship back all the way many moons ago with 2016 with him and Rollins. So I'd like to see something where Damian is the one who Finn beats to win that championship. So having him be the champion going into when him and Finn eventually do it. But I think him and Gunther as well, we've seen some interaction there. So there's different layers to how they want to tell the story. But in my particular layer that we're talking about here, fellas, I got to go Damian Priest beating Seth, Damian Priest and Gunther. I'm here for it.
Yep.
Either way, I think Gunther will be the world champion after SummerSlam.
Agreed.
Facts.
Sorry, Damian. Also, like, I wasn't really buying the Roman Reigns lights at the press conference with the Clash at the Castle when he told everybody to rise.
Nice. Yes.
Like, I just got really trying to be Roman vibes from it.
Oh, yeah. Trying real hard.
Okay, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Jey Uso, who is the only person on the poster, with a briefcase. Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. Right off the bat, I'm going to say Punk screws McIntyre again.
Yep.
Yep.
Is Jey Uso too obvious to win?
Yes. For the Yeet case, you mean Money in the Yeet?
Money, yeah.
Yeet, money, yeah. Yeet.
Chad Gable, he's probably going to get stopped by the Wyatt Six.
Yep.
Got shot in the head.
He lived to tell about it.
However, the 56.
Jeez, LA Knight would be great.
I think Logan Paul's going to screw him.
Yeah, somebody's going to screw everybody in this match.
Yeah. Except for Andrade. Except for Andrade. Well, maybe not Andrade, because Andrade's currently feuding with Angel Garza and the LWO over there. So we don't know. Somebody's going to screw somebody.
It's going to turn into the end of Ready to Rumble. It's just going to be running after running after running.
Yes.
And then here comes Gordy King. I will bust you.
Yeah, just flying into the ring on his motorbike.
Please.
And then we just get Sting. I thought you were tired. Jimmy King's cool with me.
And then we get the other one. You shouldn't be standing in front of a ladder when there's a ladder match going on.
Right. Flailed.
Oh. Love Ready to Rumble here on Max Wrestling, in case you've never realized this. So if Jey Uso's too obvious and everybody else is probably going to get screwed, that leaves Mello.
Yep.
Which wouldn't be a bad choice.
but then you're gonna have a guy cash in and lose.
Well, all right. Can I add my theory to that?
Please.
All right. So I'm going to go with Carmelo. And as we saw with Austin Theory 2 years ago when he cashed in the U.S. title, I could see LA Knight beating Logan Paul at SummerSlam. And then Carmelo and LA Knight have been beefing. Now you could see Carmelo cashing in on LA Knight. So I think we'll have the mid-card title being a cash in and Carmelo goes for the U.S. title. Just to screw LA Knight over because they have
I
beef.
hate it when they do that.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
But I'm going Mello.
I don't hate it.
Mhm.
I don't want it to happen like that. I'm really hoping LA Knight is the one to win. I feel like he's the guy that deserves it. Jey Uso is also fucking obvious as fuck. God damn. Yeah, LA Knight's gonna get jumped. Problem? Well, no. Again, it's a throwaway show. I really don't think Logan Paul is gonna fucking.
Well, him
it's
and
in
LA
Canada.
Knight, well, yeah, but him and LA Knight are feuding in the next pay-per-view with SummerSlam. They're in Cleveland, so that sets up his match. And
That's right. Okay. I don't know if Chad Gable's gonna. You know what? Maybe he is gonna get fucking like possessed or something. That'd be kind of cool. Heel Chad Gable would be awesome.
We had the
Andrade
zombies in
win.
2020.
well,
Oh,
all right.
don't stop it.
I got to add to Dazzy Dangerously here because we're all video game nuts here. He will be like when Finlay and Santino Marella were feuding with The Undertaker in SmackDown vs. Raw 9, when The Undertaker just does that and Santino and Finlay become zombies. That's literally what Chad Gable could become.
Fucking love this.
All right, that's one for Mello.
Fuck it. I'll go with the obvious one. Give me Jey Uso.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play it safe and go with J2. Like, he doesn't have to cash in right away. We got a year.
Right.
True.
But yeah, don't cash in on Gunther.
My whole thing is I just don't. Here's my problem, and I love the Carmelo Hayes thing, and I love the idea of him using but I don't want the fucking briefcase being the thing to get the mid card belt.
On the mid card belt.
It just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why it just does. It's like even if he decided, oh well, fuck it, I'll go cash in on NXT. For some reason, that feels better than going for like the U.S. title. It just does. But that's my opinion.
Let me add to Mo's point because he said something very important with NXT. It reminds me of 2010 when Low-Key was Caval in the WWE, and he won season 2 of NXT, and he's like, Dolph Ziggler, I won season 2 of NXT, and I'm going to challenge you for the Intercontinental Championship. Not like when Wade Barrett won, he cashed it on Randy, checked it in on Randy. Caval's like, I challenge you, Dolph Ziggler, for the Intercontinental Championship. So that's what that would be like. Caval challenging Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title.
I mean, it does feel like kind of a waste when you cash in on a mid-card title. It's like you win the lottery and you buy a one bed, one bath, one bedroom.
Right.
And I agree. They've been showcasing that, yeah, you can cash in on the mid-card title, but it's like, do I really want the mid-card title? I kind of want
I can literally cash in on any champion at any time.
Yep.
Why am I going to spend it on a mid-card?
True.
Like, okay, the heavyweight champions may be more difficult to beat, but you have the advantage of surprise, and you can cash in on them anytime, so they can be like bloodied and battered in the middle of the ring, and hey, I'm going to cash in. Cool.
Oh yeah,
that's the whole point.
Special.
Don't waste it on the mid-card title.
Attaboy.
So that is all of Money in the. It's very quick when we do WWE predictions these days, thanks to the Triple H special.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking -8 matches for.
Well, yeah. I know Beer's going to talk about NXT, but there's 6 because they only added 1 match to the kickoff, and there's 5 on the main show, so they made it shorter.
Yeah. So we were going to take a break before we get into all the action in the second part of the show, but since predictions didn't take that long, let's bump up the Champions Mountain and do it right now. It is time to determine the Knowledge Championship, which is currently held by the Phoenix. And taking on the mountain is El Jefe himself, Moses Marquez. It is 15 questions. You have 3 lifelines, and your job is to climb as high as you can without getting a question wrong. Phoenix has already answered these questions, so you need to beat his score to win the title. But of course, you don't know his score yet.
Good.
I'm gonna play along and see if how many of these I know. So I'll just play.
Jet, you fucking this guy. Climb over
Hey,
the fucking mountain.
Hey
this
man, you beat
motherfucker.
me in the Champions Chase like a few years back. So I mean, you got that. You got one over on me. It happens. But I'll see how many I know.
I'm gonna
He's
silently
on a
beat your
tear,
score.
so that's what I'm worried about the most. This guy's on a tear. He is.
All right, let's get these questions going. So, of course, your 3 lifelines are 50-50 traditionally, which means 2 wrong options are removed. You can ask AI, which is an AI audience. And of course, you have no DQ, which means you have 4 lifelines. You can answer the question safely in advance, even if it's wrong, but you can only use this question before the 11th. Use this lifeline before the 11th question.
Gotcha.
And finally, tag out, which is change for a new question.
Sweet.
All right, so let's kick it off. Question 1 on the Champions Mountain. Who made his classic debut in the main event of Bad Blood 1997? Kane, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, or Triple H?
That'd be hilarious. Well, we just found out Triple H ain't the answer, but oh god, no. The second you said Bad Blood, my mind went right to the red and black. God, I missed the old setup. Kane.
It's got to be Kane. Nice, easy one to start out with. And of course, everybody else was kind of involved in the match. Taker and Shawn were in it. Triple H was escorting Shawn to the ring.
Right.
But yes, Kane's correct answer. And moving on to question 2. Drew McIntyre used his real name in TNA and on the independent scene. But what is his family name? A. Jarvis. B. Drennan. C. McDade. Or D. Galloway?
God, see, I want to be the a-hole and be like, oh, well, it has to be Galloway because, of course, that's what guys do on the indies. But, now I'm questioning it. God. Fuck it. We're going to already have to fucking go right for a lifeline because I have no goddamn clue. Fuck it. Let's go with what you said. Was it the no DQ or whatever? The one where I get wrong. If I get it wrong, we can move on.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
so a safety net for this question. No DQ. Mike?
Oh, so I'm the lifeline on this.
Oh, no. Just what do you think it is?
Yeah.
Oh, me. I'm sorry. Galloway.
Yes, it is Galloway. Drew Galloway was in TNA and independent scene.
Want to know why, right? You're missing the best part, Dazarino. You don't want to know why.
Please.
Right?
Yeah, I was waiting for the best part over here.
Because in TNA, he was standing up for professional wrestling.
Actually, the best part of this question is the other 3 options are the second names of the 3 main characters in the classic Scottish sitcom Still Game, which is on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Netflix US, but if it is one to watch.
No.
Drew actually parodied it when they came over to Glasgow a couple weeks ago.
Mo, Drew was also in the Rising in TNA. It was him, Eli Drake, and Micah, who was Tonga Loa in the TNA at that time. They were in a group.
Yes, I was there for his debut.
Nice. Okay.
He came through the crowd.
Was that when he was feuding with the BDC, the Beatdown Clan, with MVP? And
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically he debuted the night before in the Hydro, but then he came through the crowd again the next night in Manchester.
God, I think that was the same show when Grado debuted and he was wrestling freaking Al Sano, for God's sake, because of that freaking gut check challenge and all that. Good Lord.
We love Grado.
I know. Hechicero, man.
Okay, 1 lifeline used. So even though you pass on that one, you still move on. Question 3. How many days was Gunther's record-breaking intercontinental title reign?
Shit.
Okay, I'll do these slowly. A, 635. B, 666. C, 699. Or D, 747.
Why am I thinking he was like 800 and something days?
They felt like it.
Somebody's fucking record was like, no, he had beaten somebody. Whose fuck am I thinking of? It's 800 and something that's not Roman.
That must have been Roman.
Am I wrong, Mike? What, didn't somebody have like an 800+ day reign that wasn't Roman?
Was it Gunther with the UK title?
That's probably what
no,
I'm
yeah,
thinking.
Gunther when he was the UK champ. Yeah.
Thank you. See, that's where I'm getting.
Yeah, after he beat Pete Dunne, and then he like never lost it. Well, COVID, but also the fact
Yeah,
that
he didn't even defend it for like a year.
Okay, so now that I've had a laugh in the gigs, I'm going back. I swear we made a comment about his IC reign, like we couldn't have given him one more day because of the weird number. So if I'm already out after this one, that's on my own goddamn fault. Fuck it, I'll go with the.
Well, remember, you still got the other 3 lifelines.
Do I really want to use him this goddamn early? I really don't want to try to use him this goddamn. I feel a little confident on it, but not like entirely. Fuck it. Let's waste a 50-50.
50-50. All right. Let's take away 2 of the wrong answers, which leaves you with B, 666 or D, 747.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure.
it's either
I'm
a
right.
devil's number or an airplane.
Hey, well, to not repeat what you say, let's go with B.
We're going 666. Gunther was Intercontinental Champion for the number of the beast, 666. Okay, we're on 3 questions down, 2 lifelines down. Next question.
Phoenix is
I
laughing.
got a feeling you'll know this one. Rob Van Dam famously used Walk as entrance music by which band?
Pantera.
I didn't even need to give you the options. Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, or Pantera.
Sorry, I love this.
Of course it is Pantera.
Oh boy. Respect. Walk.
All right.
What do you say?
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I popped when they brought that to AEW. Okay. Oh, question 5. This gets a little trickier now. Because I had to like triple, quadruple check this one on Google. Which of these match types never appeared in TNA/Impact Wrestling? We got A, Elevation X, B, Full Metal Mayhem, C, a stretcher match, or D, Bunkhouse Brawl. One of them has never appeared in TNA.
I want to be the asshole and go right to a bunkhouse brawl, but then again, they did have a lot of WCW people around. I don't know if it was like that though. So that's the one that's sticking out. B for sure happened. I know that one. Elevated X definitely sounds like something they would have done.
Just stick an X on it.
Well, I mean, it sounds like an alternate X match, but just like they probably just had the fucking rungs up higher, which again sounds like old, like mid 2000s TNA. Just screams mid 2000s TNA. So I'm kind of thinking that's a real one. And then like, hasn't everybody had a fucking stretcher match? You know what I mean? Like that's, so I'm kind of stuck on that too. Were they dumb enough? I really can't say that to myself out loud. It's like, was TNA really dumb enough to do like an elevated X match? Well, yeah, probably.
We got another lifeline coming, or are you confident on something?
Can you give me the options one or the options one more time?
Elevation X, Full Metal Mayhem, Stretcher, or Bunkhouse Brawl.
Gonna say they had a stretcher. I want to. So from my little bit of TNA watching, because thank God for Pluto TV, they literally fucking just run TNA and Impact like a motherfucker. I swear to God, I have seen an Ultimate X match in a cage. So that has to be Elevated X, or at least fucking something of it. I really don't see them having a fucking NWA bunkhouse fucking. No, I don't see it. I just don't, because there wasn't people like that in fucking TNA. I keep thinking of Dustin, but it's like he wasn't even Dustin. It was fucking what was he? What the fuck was he? 7?
Black Rain.
Oh God, yeah, I went WCW. My bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna go with no bunkhouse match.
No bunkhouse. All right. Final answer?
Yes.
Okay. The correct answer is a stretcher match.
Ah, fucking shit.
Never been one in TNA. Bunkhouse Brawl was kind of recent. It was 3 years ago, actually. Carl Anderson versus Rich Swann. Only one they've ever had in TNA.
Yeah, I would have got that wrong too. Now, Elevation X, I remember because Rhino was in both of them. Was it Rhino and AJ Styles and Rhino and James
See,
Storm?
okay, good.
Yeah,
I
so
knew that.
Elevation X was basically, instead of the ropes across the top, they had like steel structures forming an X, and they
It's
fought
like a
on top of it.
So it's like a scaffold match with the X.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, so, okay, cool. So I remember that one too.
All right, so you got 4 right. So it all depends on how many Phoenix got right. All right, question 1, Phoenix got correct with Kane. Question 2, Phoenix got Drew Galloway. Question 3, Feeney got 666. Question 4, with RVD, Feeney asked the AI audience for help, and they gave him Pantera. Question 5, Feeney used his no DQ, so he got through anyway. But he did stop. He did fall at the next hurdle, so he got 5 technically right. So the next question I'll give you for fun would have been, how many people did Stone Cold Steve Austin eliminate in the 1998 Royal Rumble? We got 2, 5, 7, and 10.
The 98 Rumble. That was his first win. I don't know if he went on a tear. Did he go on a tear? Fuck it. Let's say he threw out 10 people. Something tells me he went on a goddamn tear.
Yeah, you know what? I think Feeney said 10 as well, but he got it wrong. I can't remember which one he said, but it was actually 7.
See. Big number.
All right, so you finished with 4. Feeney finished with 5, thanks to that lifeline. So still the knowledge champion and surviving the Champions Mountain is the Phoenix.
Congrats, Phoenix.
But man, you both fell like halfway up, so that just shows how difficult it is.
Well, yeah, not only that, but fucking use the hell out of all your lifelines while you got them, goddammit.
I got pissed that friggin' Impact never did a stretcher match. I legit thought they did a stretcher match. I kind of
at one point, right?
Hold on. If you could do a fish market street fight with Team 3D against Shark Boy and Curry Man, you can tell me like you can't do the stretcher match?
God damn.
And that was
said a fish market match with Shark Boy.
It was when Shark Boy was doing the Stone Cold Axe had son what, and his finishing move was the Chummer and Christopher Daniels Curry Man. Oh,
god damn it! I gotta go back and watch TNA.
Dude, wasn't this the time when the Dudleys were with Johnny Devine and they were going for the X Division title and they had to make weight and Devon made weight 1 week and Bubba didn't and the whole 9? Remember that time?
I remember this.
Yes.
You know what?
Where he's like taking off every article of clothing, he takes off the wrist tape, like that's gonna drop 5 pounds.
Yep.
Actually made a mistake. There was 1 stretcher match, 2 actually in TNA.
Oh, really?
Eric Young versus Kurt Angle.
Okay.
And Jeff Jarrett versus Scott Hall.
Okay. Angle and Eric Young, I remember. Was that from like when they were starting like Destination America going to Pop when he was
2015, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's around that time.
So for me fucking up, if you get 2 more questions right, you beat Phoenix's score. So we'll continue with the mountain.
Fuck it. It's rock.
All right, next question. Who succeeded Paul Heyman as SmackDown General Manager in 2004? A. Theodore Long. B. Kurt Angle. C. Stephanie McMahon. Or D. William Regal.
Got the Roy Kent happening right now. If I'm playing it right off the brain skis right now, I'm leaning right. Everybody's probably leaning right towards Theodore Long, and that's probably the right move. But if I could be as blunt as absolutely possible, and I'm going to look directly in for this one, the horny teenager in me remembers a very, very voluptuous Stephanie McMahon. And I want to say that was around that time. It was around 2004. Because Teddy Long was, I want to say he was like early 2000s. If not, he was after all that. That's normally when, because he was still, I'm pretty sure he was still a manager at that time. But then again, I'm a little shaky.
I still remember him as a friggin' referee.
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay.
Obviously, all 4 of these have been SmackDown general manager, but which one followed Paul Heyman?
Do I want to follow my gut? I'm going to follow my gut. I'm not even going to use whatever lifelines I have. I'm going to follow my gut. Because I want fuck yeah, Stephanie McMahon.
All right, you're going Stephanie. The correct answer is Kurt Angle.
Oh, fucking shit. Oh, well.
After he got thrown off the ledge and broke his leg.
Yes, and then Luther came in as his bodyguard. Yeah,
that's right. He fucking was walking around in a suit.
So, Feeney, you don't have to kick and scream about me bending the rules a little bit. You still win. You're still champion again. But I want to ask you this next one because it's a WCW question anyway.
Okay.
At which WCW pay-per-view did RoboCop infamously save Sting from the 4 Horsemen in 1990?
Hold on, no. You guys are laughing at me, but I know this because I've seen this.
You want the options? Or you want to try and get it?
Please. No, give me the options real quick.
We got Starcade, Bash at the Beach, Capital Combat, or Wrestle War.
Wasn't Wrestle War. Capital Combat sounds like it, but I really want to say they spent giant money on this because it was Starcade. And that sounds right, but that also sounds, it's like, because at the same time, well, that doesn't fucking sound, that sounds like a later show. That sounds like an 80s show, not a 90s show. Capital One. Did they do it for Starcade? They did it for Starcade.
Starcade?
Starcade.
It was the less famous one of the options, Capital Combat.
See, fucking shit.
I don't know why, because obviously RoboCop was set in Detroit, and I'm guessing this was in Washington.
They were trying to plug the movie.
Yeah,
RoboCop or they got something like that. They wanted to get hype around the movie, and Sting. I don't fucking remember. I just know it's a Crockett thing. You gotta ask one of the Crockett's.
Infamous is what it is.
I gotta say really quickly on WCW because somebody put it up on the anniversary. So in 2000 WCW, yes, that dreck of a year for WCW. 24 years ago, it was Hulk Hogan and Billy Kidman, and somebody put up the infamous where you see Hulk Hogan clearly blading on camera before Eric Johnson with the chair. We just went 24 years past that now. We had the anniversary of Hogan blading right on camera. Like, could he not be any more obvious?
I have seen a lot of reels recently of bad Hogan. So, like, horribly soft chair shots.
Ridiculously.
A ridiculous figure 4 on Ric Flair. Like the worst figure 4 you've ever seen in your life.
Did they show when he was in Muppets in Space for that brief cameo? He's like, I'm a bad guy, brother.
What about 3 Ninjas Free?
That too? Okay.
Yes. Fuck yeah, 3 Ninjas.
Okay. Congratulations, Felix. You are still Knowledge Champion.
People get the wrong impression about Max Wrestling Podcast. We're a non-violent form of entertainment. We never use sex to enhance our image. As podcasters, we understand the importance of being positive role models. We're wholesome, family, entertainment.
You son of a bitch!
A 40-year-old fucking virgin.
Oh, you fucking did.
We're trying to make the world a better place for mankind.
Max Wrestling has a new attitude.
Get it?
Then it's probably not for you to get.
Welcome back to the Cap and Mo Show featuring the podcast machine this week. This is your captain. He is El Jefe and he is Mike Larkin. Speak his name and he appears. Make sure you are liking and subscribed on YouTube.
Disrespectful. Don't mean to interrupt you, but new TV champion, Mike Larkin. Say my name.
Okay, sorry. New
TV
TV champion. Speak his name and he appears. Make sure you follow in everywhere, subscribe on YouTube, and for all the information that you need, go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
That's right. still to come tonight. We got another championship to crown and even another title to go to finish off the show. We got the King of the Mic final and also crowning of the Duel Championship. And we have the World Championship on the line in a trilogy between myself and, I'm fucking up the whole thing. So the trilogy, actually, I should say the trilogy concludes. That's right, goddammit. Between my Cypher and myself. But first, of course, we got to go back. We got to do all the recapping. But this week, instead of going Impact, we're starting out with my man Beer in a round of NXT.
What's good, everyone? This is Beer. This is the NXT Heatwave prediction round. So, this Sunday is Money in the Bank week. It is Money in the Bank weekend, and also Sunday, it's an NXT Premium Live in the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We got 6 matches, but one is going to be on the 0 hour kickoff show. We're going to get into that first. We got a tag team match between Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace against Jacy Jayne and Jasmine Nix. I just pray that this isn't going to go back to can these two coexist bullshit. But for me, everyone expected Natalya to be the tag team partner of Carmen. We don't know what's going on with Natalya in terms of her contract being up, but I can see Carmen and Ariana picking the win here. Is it going to be the case that Carmen is going to give in and actually trust Ariana? Even though I love Jasmine, Jasmine's my gal, and I love Jacy Jayne, but I think Carmen and Ariana are going to pick up the dirt. We're going to start with the Tag Team Championship match also between Nathan Frazer and Axiom against Chase Hughes, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson. I love Axiom and Frazer. They are, for me, one of the best tag teams going right now. But I think the run's coming to an end. I think there might have been a little bit of dissension because Nathan Frazer has recently been on Speed. He's recently tried to have a match against Tony. He had a match with Tony D a few weeks ago for the Heritage Cup. And I think Axiom's getting a bit pissed off with Nathan. I'm going to go new champs. I'm going to go with Chase and Hudson to win the tag team titles. Now, this is going to... These next 4 matches, I just don't want to call which way they're going to go. So firstly, we're going to go with the NXT North American Women's Championship match. We've got Kalani Jordan defending for the first time against Sister Sol Ruka. I love Sol. Sol's like the best. The Soul Snatcher is the best finisher in NXT. It's like a modified version of the RKO, but it's off the top rope. Come on. Put respect on Sol's name. I think Kalani is going to retain. I think it might be a bit too early for Kalani to drop the belt, but I can actually see the fans turning on Kalani because Sol is so over. But yep, this match is going to be banger written all over it. We got another banger here. We got the NXT North American Championship match. We got Obafemi defending against Wesley. Wesley loses. He cannot challenge for the NXT Championship while Oba is champion. And I'm going to go with another title change. I'm going to go Wes to win. I think for me, Oba is in the main event picture now. I think he will be next in line to challenge Trick or whoever walks out of Heatwave as the champion. So I'm going to go Wes. Oba, like I said, he's ready for the main event. Come on. If you've not watched Obafemi, he is so damn good. He's like a mixture. For me, it reminds me of Keith Lee. Keith Lee, black and gold. You know the drill. Now we've got badass with one hell of an ass, Roxanne Perez, against a badass with a big ass, Lola Vice, for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, on NXT, I gotta be honest, the stare down, the face-off between Roxanne and Lola, for me, was utter garbage. I'm sorry, it was one of the most cringe-like things I've ever seen. Roxanne's promo, I thought, was terrible. She just looked like she was so off. I think she must have lost her lines or somewhere down. And Lola, one of the worst acting I've ever seen in my whole life. But I think we are going to go for another new champion. I think Lola is going to win. There is talks Roxanne is on her way to the main roster. Do not turn her back face, whatever you do. I keep Roxanne as a heel. Raw and SmackDown Live need a heel. Roxanne Perez will fit the bill. But if you're going to turn Roxanne face, don't insert her into the feud with Liv Morgan straight away. If she goes to Raw, she goes to SmackDown Live, please don't feed it to Nia Jax. The main event is going to be our champion Trick Williams defending against Javon Evans, All Ego, Ethan Page, and Shawn Spears. No brainer. Trick's going to retain. And we don't know. I still believe Obafemi is next in line to challenge Trick Williams, but we don't know. But is there going to be any appearances from anyone from TNA? there was talk recently that there was a few from NXT could be at Slammiversary. That is at the end of the month, so we will have to keep an eye on that. Also, there is talks, will Julia be at Heatwave? I do not think Julia will be at Heatwave. She is still recovering from injury that she suffered when she unfortunately had that wrist injury. She is moving around back. She will be fighting at Marigold. She will be taking on Saray, former NXT wrestler Saray. Saray she now goes as, but Uncle Sean, try and get Saray back, because Saray was great. What's good, everyone? This is your NXT review. This is the go-home show for a Heatwave for the 2nd of July 2024. NXT kicks off with an absolute banger of a street fight between Jada Parker and Mia Yim. Jada picks up the win with the hip drive, and literally it had everything. He had chairs, straps, fire extinguishers, and even bolts. Take nothing away from Mia Yim, but Jada Parker's proven she is her. We then have Ariana Grace complaining to Carmen Petrovich about the loss last week to Sol Ruka, to be then confronted by Jason Jane and Jasmine Nix. We have a match later on tonight between Carmen and Jasmine. We have the new Catch Republic, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne defeating Hank and Tank in a very good tag team match. We can just all agree that Tyler Bate simply isn't human. He did the spinning. On Tank Ledger is a big dude, big boy. I think for me, this match is a career-making match for Hank and Tank. Next, we have Izzy Dame defeating Brindley Reese, fresh up of a match against Jordan Grace at a recent Impact show. Dame picks up the win with the Brainbuster, and after the match, Tatum Paxley tries to hug Izzy Dame, at least Izzy escaping the ring in shock, thinking, what the fuck are you doing, you crazy bitch? Tatum Paxley is a crazy bitch, and I love it. Andre Chase speaks to the rest of Chichu after the tag team title match that they've got this Sunday. Speaking of legends who've won the tag team championships in Canada. We then get Duke Hudson admitting that the OC would Chase you cheated to beat the OC. But I've had a long day today. Chase asks why, what happened. Ridge Holland then Duke Hudson then confesses that Ridge Holland cheated in the match to give the advantage for Chase U. And then Andre Chase asks Ridge Holland to stay backstage for the match at NXT Heatwave. Next, we have the showdown. This was one I was looking forward to all night. It was Roxanne Perez and Lola Vice. Now, the match for me is going to cook. But the face down, no. I gotta be honest with you, I don't criticize NXT that often because the show has been knocked down good. But this was the most garbage segment I think I have watched for an NXT. Roxanne Perez looks so off. I think she lost a lot of her lines. And as much as Lola was quite emotional, obviously talking about her mom, it was quite cringe at the same time. I love Lola, I love Roxy. I can't wait for the match, but please do not ever put these women in a showdown face-to-face ever again. Two security guards work with Roxanne Perez turned out to be the boyfriends of Maxine Dupree and Cora Jade. And I don't know which one got the 305 from Lola. I think it might have been Cora's, so Cora not going to be happy. Then we get Ora Mensah facing the No Core Catch Crew's Miles Bourne, with Ora coming out on top after Damon Kemp screw up by trying to give Miles the brass knucks. Is there a bit of dissension in the No Core Catch Crew? It looks like for me that Damon could be on his way out with Tavian Heights. What a banging replacement that is. We get told as well that Ora Mensah is not allowed to be at Heatwave because he is still after beating the hell out of All Ego and Ethan Page. Wesley cuts an absolute banger promo ahead of his match with Oba Femi. Made it a lot cooler with a shadow of Oba in the background while Wesley was talking. Also the same with Oba. Oba talks about Wesley being the greatest North American champion ever, which he is. And this, for me, is going to be a barn burner match. I cannot wait for this match. Wendy Chu defeats the beautiful Ray of Sunshine, Carly Bright by submission. Now, I am adoring Wendy's new gimmick. Instead of the absolute garbage, boring Wendy Chu gimmick that we had under the Vincent Bruce era, let's be honest, the gimmick was garbage. And now, ever since that Wendy's come back from that knee injury that she suffered, Wendy has come back like a fucking killer. And I absolutely love it. So we got the Senior Vice President, Shawn Michaels, speaks about the recent behavior of Brooks Jensen. After all the problems he's caused, he's literally been kicked out of arenas due to obviously with the breakup between him and Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley. So Shawn Michaels has invited Brooks Jensen to come to NXT next week, and they're going to have a chat with Ava to find out what's in store for Brooks Jensen. And for me, I have loved this story about Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen is so underrated. He's 22 years of age. And he's the son of Bull Buchanan. Are we going to see Big Bull back? Please do it. Jasmine next. Woman with the best entrance ever in NXT defeated Carmen Petrovic, who also has the best entrance in NXT, with a beautiful Pele kick. After the match, Carmen demands a match with JC and Jasmine. Ava grants it on the kickoff show. Carmen expecting Natalya to be the tag team partner, but she's forced to team with Ariana Grace. 2 Canadians. Carmen's face was fucking priceless, man. And the show ends with All Ego Ethan Page, Shawn Spears, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams contract signing, and a brawl as always, and it leads to Trick and Javon having a stare down to close the show. This would have been the match I would have loved, but can you ever take out Ethan Page out of a match? And also Shawn Spears, we know how great Shawn Spears is. Anyway, my sources tell me, but it's not Dynamite this week. I'm going to take you now to my man, the myth, El Jefe. Floor's yours, baby.
We already did predictions, so let's get to another match. It is time for the conclusion of the trilogy. Cypher versus Moses Marquez. First match was, of course, a promo series. Second match was during King of the Mic. And now, Cypher did win both of them, but this time the winner will not be decided by booking or time. It will be decided by the King of the Mic, whoever that may be later on. So let's get to it. Cypher versus Moses. Anything goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Max Wrestling fans tuning in worldwide. I'm looking at you, Coach. So, welcome to Money Shot, everybody. As you guys can tell, this is a brand new event from the beautiful folks here at Max Wrestling. It's an event that we had to come up with out of fucking nowhere, truth be told, because of a lot of different reasons, and the biggest one being our King of the Mic tournament went to extended limits. And with those extended limits, we got a lot of matches added to this lovely card. And one of them being this match right here, right now. Corey the King Cypher's Open Challenge. And of course, it had to be met by one man and one man only. And that is me. The one, the only, the true El Jefe. The boss of it all, if you will. Did you really think after the battle we went through for my precious, I was going to call it something else, my precious, the World Championship, did you really think I was going to come right back at you with some more action, with some more smoke, with some more vengeance, with some more venom in my blood? I would have to come back, Corey. I had to. You cannot lay down an open challenge knowing good goddamn well what you've put me through these last couple of months and expect me not to pick up that lovely microphone and come at you with everything I got. Let's drop some facts on the people. Fact number 1. I lost the knowledge championship. Excuse me, I'm already thinking ahead of myself. I lost the Max Wrestling Championship to Corey. Yes, I lost the Tag Team Championships to Corey and Travis. And yes, here I am answering your open challenge, as if you probably didn't have a plethora of challengers as it is. You talk about the guys in RWT, you talk about the guys in Max Wrestling, you talk about the guys outside of both of those entities, talking about TikTokers, talking about Santa Claus, talking about guys on Twitter, the butt-naked ladies on the Lingerie Fighting Club. or Lingerie Fighting Championship, excuse me. But none of those competitors answered this open challenge. Yet, it's me. It's the guy that, in a way, yes, I may be down right now because I have lost my last 2 matches, whether one be trivia and the other one being promos. But the fact of the matter is I still keep going. I refuse to stop. I refuse to give up. And there's one beautiful reason for that. And I love to say it all the time. It is because I am the most accomplished competitor here in Max Wrestling. I don't care if I repeat myself. The greatest of all time will repeat himself by saying, you got to beat the man in order to be the man. And Corey, you had beaten me once, and now guess what? The tables have turned. It's about your crown now. Now it is about you being the man. Can the man be beaten by the guy they call the boss? My answer is yeah. But then again, Corey, as you can tell, my mind's not exactly here. Money Shot has host Mo doing double duty. So not only do I got you in this beautiful one-off, no DQ, no holds barred promo exhibition for your crown, but I have to somehow, some way try to climb the mountain of the Knowledge Champion. And I somehow, some way have to defeat the guy that they say is unbeatable. They say he's untouchable. They call him the Phoenix. So uphill battle after uphill battle after uphill battle. Yet I got my shoes on. Real tight. We not slipping as we climbing. So before you think I'm going to sit here and run my mouth about North Carolinians and how you're brother-loving, sister-kissing nonsensory, that ain't going to be this. I'm simply here to say it's time for redemption. It's time for the guy that you call the boss, that you call El Jefe, that they all call El Jefe, to finally redeem himself. It may have been 2 straight losses in 2 different realms, but these losses stop here. So Corey, I'm not going to thank you for coming out. I'm not going to appreciate your best here, because the fact of the matter is I'm answering your challenge. Right now it is you who is the man, and I got to beat that man. And maybe, just maybe, I did. So we'll see how this goes, Corey. We'll see if you still are the king of the mountain. And maybe, just maybe, I'll climb the champion's mountain after this. Yeah. King Mo, the Knowledge Champ. Good ring to it. Hopefully I don't jinx myself like Will Ospreay did.
Oh, yeah!
Midnight Raider, a mastermind persuader, dictator, deflator, just that goes like vapor. Hair retarded cloak, disappearing like smoke. Independent and I vote, only hanging with the woke. Like, oh shit, man, where should we go? Maybe toward the mountains, yep, call me Banjo. That's my kind of people, man, from the fucking hills. Cause they do not play games, they don't try to fake real.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And ever since I won this crown, ever since I inherited this crown, my head's never been heavier. But at the same time, that's what it takes. It takes somebody who's not afraid, who doesn't have any fear of the unknown. And that's what this crown symbolizes. And Moses, if you think for one damn second you're going to take this from me and become the new Kingpin of Maxwell, you got another fucking thing coming, S.A. Now, I get it, El Jefe. Your lust for power disgusts me. You're like a fat kid at a buffet. You always want more. You stay hungry. You want to find some type of relevance. But let me give you a few things to know, Moses. I inherited this crown. I took it from the head of the snake that is Amir Blackbane Costello. And ever since I've gotten this, yes, it's caused me some problems. Yes, it damn near killed me, but you want to know something? I'm stronger, faster, smarter. Because of that right there. And I know that you want it. Hell, you don't even want it. You need it. You want to feel its power for yourself. And I've heard the whispers. I've heard talks. The crown is the key. The crown is the key to achieving everything we want in Max Wrestling. You can build your own kingdom. But the kingdom's already built. The pieces are already set. Why play chess when I'm already playing Chinese checkers, Moses? Do you think for one second that this belongs on your head? You think for one second that you deserve to be kingpin of Max? What have you done to fucking deserve it? Besides stab everybody in the back in MDO. But I shouldn't say everybody, because you came up short against Tedd P. And now, all of a sudden, since you came up short, you're trying to find ways to stay relevant, trying to bring MDO back from the dead. Wake up, motherfucker! The MDO's been dead. I fucking killed it. Now, you can tweet and write all you want to in the TSK today, blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you something. No amount of words, no amount of typing, no amount of anything is going to let you get near this crown. This is the Kingpin crown match. Winner is the new Kingpin of Max. You can't get no better than that. You can't ask for a bigger opportunity than that. So what makes you so certain, makes you so sure that you deserve it? Because I sure as hell don't see it, Moses. I mean, hell, 9% of me says that you don't deserve it. Oh, I hit a nerve, didn't I? I struck a chord with you, huh, big boy? Yeah. Listen here, big dog. By some chance, you do take the crown. What are you gonna do? Give it back to the Kingpin? Revitalize the MDO? The MDO 2.0? What's the end game, Moses? What's your plan? Because we all know you're too damn selfish to actually give the crown back to Amir. You're going to use it for yourself for your own personal gain. That's what it's all about. It's all about Moses Marquez. It's all about the big dog, El Jefe. You have no honor. You have no integrity. You have nothing. And you think that you're going to win this match. But you have another thing coming. You need to learn your place, Moses. And you need to learn it good and you need to learn it fast. Because there's no room in the kingdom for people to rise against me. Thank you for your time, Moses. I hope you have a lovely day, some bitch.
Like I said, the winner of that match will be chosen by the King of the Mic themselves, whoever that may be later on. And, plot twist, whoever the King of the Mic chooses to win that match will grant them a shot at the television championship at Promo Slam against Mike.
Okay.
Ooh,
So it's going to be either Cypher or Moses going for the TV title.
Fair enough. Okay.
Love it.
It was going to be me, but Travis lost the title, so I'm not chasing it right now. All right. No recaps apart from NXT this week, so we're going to take a quick look at Forbidden Door and Dynamite before we move on to the final two matches that we have for you. Like we said, Forbidden Door had a lot of matches.
Yeah, they did.
But, I mean, I'm going to start off straight away with the most memorable moment for me, which was Britt Baker's return.
Oh, what a moment.
She got a huge pop, but I do have a small criticism. Like, I kind of wanted her to do more because she came on stage, walked down the ramp a little bit, turned around, walked back, did the pyro thing, walked back down the ramp again, and then walked out.
The best way to describe it, it was just like, all right, bitch, you got your moves, I got my moves. What? She pretty much did this. Sasha Banks, what's up? That's pretty much what it was.
Mike with the nail on the head. This guy, he's 100%. He did. Oh, you think you're a big star? I'm the big star here. I went from being people got made fun of me to everybody chants for me. I'm off doing dentistry, and now I'm back, and I'm still beloved.
Yeah, great to see Britt back. We've been waiting for it for months and months and months and months. She did explain though on Dynamite last night why she's been off for so long. None of us really expected or predicted that she was that unhealthy.
She never showed it. I mean, yeah, we know injuries happen, but we didn't know. To no degree did we think that it was like, hey, you probably got to stop doing this kind of shit. And it was like, we always just thought, oh, well, hey, you're a dentist,
Yeah.
She probably makes more money as a dentist than she does as a wrestler. So it's like, hey, but.
I think what got me is because, like, you obviously with the wrestling and injuries, but I mean, hip labor, okay, we got to understand that. Concussions, but once she's like, I almost had like a mini stroke, and I'm like, dude, like that was like the shocker for me, because obviously we know about all the injuries, but then she's like, I almost had a mini stroke. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
that was the scary part. But at the same time, it's all about the concussions. That was the thing. And the second she said that word, I go into this whole protective system, because again, concussions have been the issues for a lot of people in every fucking sport. From American football to the European football to all different types of wrestling. Concussions are extremely fucking serious, and they've led to negative issues and permanent brain damage and all kinds of shit. And it's sometimes in this sport ain't worth all that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that she's now cleared. Thank God that she's fully cleared too. So.
And perfect timing too. Although I do think it's ironic though that Britt is now feuding with Mercedes MONE, because hearing Mercedes speak is like having your teeth pulled out.
Can I just say I have a new appreciation for AEW fans chanting "Shut the fuck up" at her.
Yes. It made Britt's return even better when they're booing the shit out of Mercedes for winning. And then Britt's music hits and she gets a huge pop.
Well, Desirino, that was my issue, because like when they're going in with Stephanie Vacour and everything, and she's trying to act like a babyface, I'm like, this bitch is not a babyface. This bitch is a full-on heel. Let her be a freaking heel.
Yeah, and let's not gloss over the fact too, Stephanie Vacour was fantastic.
She was
fantastic.
Yes.
And I hate Mercedes' fucking ego ass statement saying she wanted to make Stephanie Vacour at Forbidden Door. Bitch, Vacour made herself.
Fuck yeah. With your stupid ass hair with your CEO.
Here's the thing, and I love it, because as you said beautifully just now, Daz, she made herself. She didn't have to make herself. She just had to put herself on fucking display. You had to go and reinvent yourself and try to do this and try to do that and go to Japan and learn better lucha, which, by the way, and this is pointed out beautifully by the boys in the TSK, which, yes, that show's still going to drop. Don't trip on that one. This is the second match of that fucking Mercedes had to be carried in. Like, for somebody who was in the E forever and is supposedly, in her words, not mine, the greatest woman wrestler there's ever been, you can't fucking wrestle your way out of a paper bag without somebody telling you how to get out of it. So stop saying you make people are helping elevate you because you already got a fucking name. So thanks for giving them a spotlight, because now people know her. People know Stephanie Vacour. Now they're going to fucking want to watch fucking CMLL maybe. Now all of a sudden, maybe she wants to fucking come to AEW because the women division here is hot.
Yeah.
Well, that on to Mo's point, I got to say, like, he mentioned Vacour carrying her. I was very big, like, when we first saw her with Willow at the pay-per-view. I'm like, dude, Willow carried her through, like, that entire match. Like, that was
the
all
entire thing.
Yeah. Like, she's been
and Willow's young.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, she's my age. She was born in 92, and you have a younger woman in Willow Nightingale carrying her. And then you got Stephanie Vacour, who's also a younger young lady, and you have so many young talents here, and then you got this MONE over here. Like Mo said here, like, we've seen her in there with Ronda. Ronda had a better match with Becky and Charlotte than she did Sasha Banks. I mean, there's so many different areas and really things that you can gravitate towards where it's like, okay, here she's all right, she's good, but then it's like, are you really? You know what I'm saying? If you really visualize it, like some of her best work mostly was her and Bailey in NXT in 2015. Like, if we're being completely honest here, I mean, she's had some good stuff, but the Sasha and Bailey stuff has really kicked her off, and Bailey's the better wrestler out of the two of them.
You know what?
Hands down.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Ronda had a better match with Nikki Bella than she had with Sasha Banks.
Evolution, man. Evolution.
I was so not looking forward to that match, but it was actually a good match.
No, I will take it back to 2018. For those who go back to the older episodes, this one over here was so like, I really hope she doesn't fucking win. If they have Nikki Bella fucking win, I swear to God, you almost had a heart attack because you thought Nikki Bella was going to win.
Nikki Bella had no reason to win this goddamn match. Yes. But again, back and then as we used to say, or as I would go off of judging books off of its cover, right. Look who fucking then showed up. You know what I mean? Nikki Bella all of a sudden pulling it out of nowhere with Ronda of all fucking people. All fucking people, by the way. So, yeah, no, excellent pay-per-view. I still wish they'd fucking bring that back. What happened to elevating the women's division continuously? They give them their own pay-per-view. What's so fucking wrong with it? Especially now in a 5-match format.
Right. I mean, you could have another Mae Young Classic or an Evolution pay-per-view.
Hey.
Evolution was also, I think, pay-per-view of the year for me that year.
That's right.
It was a solid show from start to finish, but unfortunately, there's a great deal of sexism still in wrestling, and a lot of fans will just say, it's women's wrestling, fuck it. So it was the lowest buy rate in WWE pay-per-view history. So that's why they didn't do another one, unfortunately.
Jag-offs.
But we need an Evolution too, because it was a great show.
I couldn't think of a worser one because I was at a worser one. So this sucks to even say this because it was in New York. So obviously New York for Evolution, but I was at the 2010 Fatal 4-Way when this is the Vince era. We're like, we're going to do a survey. We're going to do a survey. What matches do we want to see as the main events? What type of matches are they going to be? And the Fatal 4-Way won the poll. So that's why we had a Fatal 4-Way for the title matches and the Fatal 4-Way specialties. What type of matches?
Wait, this the pay-per-view that was called Fatal 4-Way?
Yes.
So of course, Fatal 4-Way was the fucking match chosen in the poll.
We want to do? God damn it for the poll!
Yeah. 2010 was the worst.
Yep,
classic Vince.
That's had a random ass match with Chris Jericho versus Evan Bourne on the friggin' pay-per-view, and then the Usos against the Dynasty. Yeah.
And you're complaining about Evolution, people?
Hey,
Come
man,
on.
I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying, both of those shows. Well, this is when they started the Nexus crap when it was good before it went to shit at SummerSlam that year. So we had some stuff good, but the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view wasn't as. The reason why I'm saying Evolution was better because, again, Ronda and Nikki knocked out of the park. So I amplified up Ronda and Nikki. So.
And Becky and Charlotte, too. Last one standing.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Storm and Io. That, too. My bad.
So with Forbidden Door, main event also killed Swerve and Ospreay, especially the last 10 minutes. That was drama.
Ospreay never dies, this guy.
Nope. You know what? Actually, for the whole show, I did think maybe there was a little too many finisher kickouts in almost every match.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say was a little overdone.
Yeah, a little bit. It didn't really bother me too much. I kind of expected with fucking AEW. They do the whole fucking. I don't know. I feel like
and
that's
it's a Japan style show.
I want to say it's a very but in Japan though, bro, when you hit that finish, unless you're a fucking Tanahashi in a giant moment, they hit that finish, you're done. You're going out. You're out of here. You know, they don't fucking kick out of it and keep going. But again, in the Will Ospreay Swerve match, that's a different ballgame. Yeah, he kicked out of absolutely everything because he didn't want to fucking lose. And got hit with just the nastiest swerve stomp ever. So it's like that one made sense. I love the show. I will absolutely admit because nobody's talked about it as much as I want to talk about it. Is that Hook using Chris Jericho's own finisher against him and watching fucking as Jericho said beautifully on Dynamite as Taz the marked out for his own goddamn son. Like he's like, you're a mark. Like that's my kid. Of course I'm a fucking mark for my kid. What the hell? Gimmick's terrible.
It is, but like I keep saying, it's warming to me a little bit. If anybody can ham it up, it's Jericho.
It's doing its job. He's meant to annoy the fuck out of you. Well, guess what? I'm annoyed.
It's working.
And now he's back to being a wizard, bitch. So.
But I couldn't help laugh, especially like last night when they came back from break and the camera was on the commentary desk and they just happened to mention, oh, yeah, Jericho's on commentary, and he looks at the camera and goes, thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
They cut the break, and he says, "Bye, guys." Like, stop it. Asshole.
I can't help it. I find it funny.
Almighty.
This should come as no surprise. Eric Bischoff, his least favorite match on the show was the Elite 6-man tag.
Oh yeah, I heard him talking about that. Yeah.
Shock. Odd. Oh my God. Can't believe.
Can you
that
see
you
how?
would hate.
Can you see how shocked I am right now? That
Right? Like, I'm just.
Our jaws are all
over
on the floor.
moon. Right? No, it's not surprising. And in all reality, love the Bucks. The claim is fine. Unfortunately, my two Japanese fellows absolutely phoned it in. That's fine.
Especially Tana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, dude, Tana's old, bro.
Yeah.
Tana's old. Save the Presidente.
It's interesting how he talks about that because it makes me feel, because the first time I remember seeing Tanahashi was actually TNA. Remember him and AJ Styles had that match at Final Resolution 06 back in like 2000s? Like, that's a very underrated match if you want to see that. But yeah, Tanahashi, like you don't even realize like just how older he's getting. But god dang it, man. Yeah, I agree with Mo on that. But yeah, I just remember him and AJ from back in 06, which you guys should definitely check out if you haven't. It's really good.
That was one of the very, very, very few times TNA brought somebody in young from New Japan and got it right.
Exactly. Not Okada, not Okato.
Okato, attaboy.
Or Nakamura.
Oh yeah, that too. Or Naito. Remember the friggin' what was it? The whatever the team what they were back in the day. Like he was there for like a little bit. But they were like some team. I forgot the name. Oh, Team No Limit or something like that.
I think that's right.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
TNA just did not know what to do with New Japan
No.
in the mid 2000s. Very much like WWE now.
Yeah, well, look at Ultimo Guerrero. Like he faced Okada on Collision, and the last time I remember Ultimo Guerrero, he was in 2008 TNA when Team Mexico won the World X Cup.
Yes, yeah, I mentioned the World S Cup the other week. What else was good on Forbidden Door? Obviously, the Owen Hart Cup. Brian Danielson moving on.
Oh, dude.
Shingo versus B-Dry. That was insane.
Shingo beat the hell out of him.
Dude, him dropping him on his dome piece that way that he did. Good Lord.
As I've been telling a lot of I want to say E fans that are watching the show just for B-Dry. Sorry, bro. That's how Shingo wrestles. That's Shingo Takagi. He is a little powerful man who will just absolutely destroy you. And that's what he did for like almost 30 minutes. I wish he would have went 30 minutes.
Yeah, I remember him in Dragon Gate like many years ago, first seeing it. I'm like, this dude is like buck wild.
Yeah.
He was insane in Dragon Gate.
He was nuts.
So on MJF had his match with Fichicero too, which again we knew was going to be a bit of a throwaway match, but man, did we get the payoff last night?
Well, yeah, payoff, giant one for that one. I feel like it was only a throwaway because this crowd was so indifferent. They were back and forth. They were only hot for a few things, and only when they were quote unquote supposed to. They were very WWE.
Well, it was also kind of a random booking. I think they only booked it 2 weeks ago with no real build. It was just we're going to put MJF against Hichisero because he's huge in CMLL. Okay.
CMLL don't really have a lot of stars.
Man. Last night, Dynamite, MJF finally turned heel again.
Back to his old self.
Boy, did he turn heel. I should have seen a heel turn coming because he had a haircut.
Well, no, also
the just woke up hair wasn't doing it for me.
No, can I hold on? I'm sorry, I'm dying over here. Why did I think the same fucking thing? I was like, he's got a hair. Oh, he's totally.
He looks more like MJF now.
Oh.
Well, yeah, he's cleaned up. He's proper. He's better than you, so he's got to look better than you, right? And I was like, yep, here's a fucking heel turn, but god damn, what a turn.
For me, it was not the hair. You guys are great. Yeah, no, besides the haircut, for me, it was when he hugged him and before he kicked him in the ding ding. I had flashbacks of him and Punk. So yeah, that was it.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, he had to turn heel because they're obviously planting the seeds for him and Ospreay at All In. Thank you, Tony Christ.
Was it All In or All Out too as well? Because like, isn't there like two papers in there?
Yeah, but they're not doing them on back-to-back nights this year. They're doing it a week apart, I think.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah.
Wait, was it a week apart last year, or was it 2 nights back-to-back?
Yeah,
I think they're spacing it out more this year anyway.
Back-to-back Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this year they're doing All In, obviously end of August, and then All Out September.
Yeah, then it's Wrestle
Smart.
Dream again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be great. MJF and Ospreay. Probably gonna get a title change.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'm kind of thinking maybe does Hangman return? Maybe we're gonna get Hangman and Swerve again.
Another
instead of
big
the AEW
return.
Championship.
Another big return last night, and maybe turning heel. He was very heelish.
Did you see people got pissed on Twitter because Jeff Jarrett lost?
There's people that got pissed about Jeff Jarrett losing
because they were doing the Owen Hart
yeah,
story. Yeah.
But to be honest, he looked deflated before they even got to the ring.
This is true. Yes.
Because they fucking
and obviously
tagged for like 2 years in fucking WWF. Fuck out of here.
Obviously, he was close to Owen. We know that relationship. But it was almost like Jeff didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he seemed
Oh,
very
yeah, geez, Jeff don't want to do a job. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, you were fine. I was going to say he was very standoffish and just was like, yeah, I'm not going to answer this question. I'm just going to go to the ring and do this. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Talk about phoned in. But Hangman looked great. He looked vicious. Loved the new music. I don't think you can present him that way and not turn him heel. And the crowd were definitely booing him a little bit towards the end when he was not easing up.
And plus that, to your guys' part where people talk about AEW doesn't do storylines, I will add to this. Swerve and Hangman, the fact that you also imply the crowd chanting, whose house Adam is because he's so obsessed with Swerve. That's the story, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's the story.
It
Laid
makes
it on
sense.
thick, they did.
Makes sense for him to be heel too, because obviously he was the wild card, which the Bucks picked.
Yep.
And like you said, he's still got that heat with Swerve. We're coming up to Blood and Guts. He's obviously going to be on Team Elite. So makes perfect sense. And again,
Hansen, baby.
we talked about Britt and Mercedes. They had their face-to-face last night too.
Dude, talk
Britt
about getting ripped apart.
Britt fired the perfect 2 shots.
Oh my God.
First of all, like you have your CEO chants piped in.
Like, of course they're gonna chant it in your fucking theme song. She's just like, the only 3 letters that matter are DMD. The fucking crowd chants it with her. She damn near cries. You know, when she was talking about, she wasn't too sure if people were gonna remember her like that. That makes me feel like, oh goddamn, like, are we not doing a good enough job as fans, or did people really get in their head about that kind of shit? Because again, we've been clamoring for months on end for her to come back. So it's like, you know, I'm glad she got that pipe. And then the other one, when she basically called her a fucking broke bitch that couldn't do nothing, like that, I was dead. I was
bitch sitting
dead.
in the stands.
And then of course the final line, you get to the back of the line, and Britt's just like, "What line?"
Like, dude,
no,
like,
nobody's lining up to face you.
For me, besides those lines and the shut the fuck up chants, for me, and I think you guys can concur with me, this was very reminiscent of when Britt Baker cooked Saraya when she first came into AEW. This had Britt Baker as Saraya vibes for me.
I think Saraya held her own a little bit more than Mercedes did.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is what it reminded me of, like the new girl coming in and Britt Baker's like, "Hey, bitch, this is my house." Much like we were talking about, like, "What's up? This is Britt Baker. What's up?" That's what she's doing now. That's Britt Baker all up in there, you know.
The funny thing is, Jazz, as you say, like she stood a little bit of a chance. Britt Baker, the fucking MONE stood no chance. She looked like an absolute fucking jahoob out there. Like, she looked like she was the one jobbing in WWE before fucking making a name for herself. Like, no, bro, this is legit. You're just a fucking overpaid footballer.
Overpaid, overhyped, overrated.
This reminded me of like when she was first on NXT and she was like the J Brone girl. That's what I got 2013 Sasha Banks for me. But then she was with Summer Rae and Charlotte, and they started that very briefly before she became a name. But I got early Sasha Banks 2013 after that reaction. Goodness.
This just goes to prove ego ruins everything, because there was a period of time where we thought Sasha is one of the best female wrestlers on the planet. She's incredibly talented. You know, like the 4 Horsewomen era. She then walked out WWE, goes to Japan for a little bit, had some good matches, then comes into AEW with this massive fucking paycheck. Her ego's like a hot air balloon, and
creative
she
control.
sucks.
And creative control.
Creative control.
That doesn't work for me, sister. That doesn't work for me, sister.
Like, she's already gone out there now and admitted that she's got creative control and that she can't wait to go back to WWE someday. So how are the fans supposed to respond to her?
Well, that's my thing, Dazzy. To add on to your point, dude, it's just like she's already talked about going back to WWE, and then she's trying to like, oh, well, it was like pulling teeth to get off these house shows to do The Mandalorian. And I'm like, bitch, before you came to AEW, and mind you what Dad said that she would go back to WWE, they offered you money. But they weren't going to pay you that kind of money. And then Tony Khan's like, I'll pay you. And that's how she came into AEW.
I think that's exactly how he sounded too.
I'll pay you.
Yep. Hey, you.
Mercedes, I love you.
Oh, yeah. Yep, just like that. Just like that. Cocaine runs rampant. Just like the King of the Mic final has been, or the King of the Mic has been running rampant, and it's time for the King of the Mic final. Unlike previous years, this fatal four-way match, the couple boys have been making the TV rules, so it's time to throw down the Duel of Fate. So the rules are pretty much, which means the captain is going to draw a random number, which means that's the promo length. The closest to that number wins it. So the winner will not only become this year's King of the Mic, but they will also be crowned the first ever Max Duel Champion. So let's get into it. Let's see. It's well, there was no DQ, so there's no rules to bend. Let's see who's got what it takes to be King of the Mic.
Here is, we got playing cards to decide.
Yeah.
All right, so just so you can all see, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's give them a shuffle. And the winner will be whichever promo is closest to 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Years ago, on June 27th, 2011, in Las Vegas, Nevada, a very special edition of Monday Night Raw. A guy by the name of Phil Brooks, better known as to the wrestling world, CM Punk, delivered what is probably perhaps one of his most famous, but yet his most infamous promo of all time. It was the, if you will, the promo that was heard around the world, better known as the pipe bomb. And you see, just like him, I have a lot of things that I want to get off my chest. Let's start with the obvious. You guys see me for a year now. You see me as the guy who, for starters, got chokeslam on a bridge, then got choked out. I failed to win the TV title a record 30 times. You guys keep on ribbing me because of the fact I won. I am proud to say that I won the prediction championship. And you guys keep on ribbing me at the fact I work at a certain fast food restaurant. What I'm basically saying is you guys see me as nothing more but a joke. A living, walking, breathing, writing material, if you will. You guys don't see me as the guy who, for starters, defeated Corey in my debut last year at King of the Mic. You guys don't see me as the guy who challenged Daz 3 times and did not stop until I got a victory over him. Hell, you guys don't even see me as the guy who defeated Travis Anderson for the first time in 2.5 years for the title of Group MVP. You guys see me as a joke, no more and no less. That's all you've ever seen me as. Well, here's the thing about this. You're right. I keep on living in the past for a year now. And I'm proud to brag about it. But you see, all of that was a year ago. This ain't 2023 anymore. This is 2024. This is beyond last year's Kingdom Fight. This is beyond Trivia Takeover, Promo Slam, and all that. This is the King of the Mic, where the winner of this tournament will not only win the crown, but will be crowned, if you will, as the first ever Max Wrestling Duel Champion. Now, Phoenix, you mentioned last week that you consider me as a complete rip-off version of yourself because of the fact that I'm in your shadow, even though you never wanted me there in the first place. You mentioned that you and I have the same championship belt, and you said that you will never be my mentor. Whoever said anything about that? Who said that I ever wanted you to be my mentor? Whoever said anything about that? Who said that I ever wanted you to be my mentor? Whoever said that I was in your shadow in the first place? Like, I actually wanted to be in your shadow? Phoenix, you are a 6-time knowledge champion. And you really think for 1 minute that I wanted to be in your shadow and I wanted you to be my mentor? Because of the fact that you defended that title against me in my first trivia battle? Phoenix, I got my eyes focused on bigger prizes than just the knowledge titles. Think about this. I won the prediction championship. I won Group EVP. I won Group MVP within 1 year of me being here at Max Wrestling. And now, here I am in the finals of the King of the Mic, where I get the chance to, like I said, be crowned as the first ever Duel Champion. Now, Beer, you mentioned that you're going up against 3 guys in the finals. 3 guys who cheated their way here. Well, in terms of Phoenix, I agree, because he had camera cuts. At least I did my promo in 1 take. Now, sure, you can say that my promo was a full-on conversation with Coach Anderson, and you're right, it was. But you see... Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of that, charisma. I completely forgot that you was in this final. You was in this fatal 4-way. How silly of me to forget you about that. Well, again, it should make sense that I forget about you. Well, Coach said time's up. Say goodbye to the mercenary and say hello to the new King of the Mic.
It's a monster. It's a monster. It's coming for all your soul.
Ain't no way. 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 Ain't no way.
Slap my ass with a full-grown Saharan Desert olive baboon. Okay, yeah, I'll admit I was wrong to use camera cuts last week, knowing it would most likely get me DQ'd, but as I said in round 1, you cannot pay me to give a shit. And I guess it didn't matter since I come to find out that everyone cut corners last week as well, and the captain has allowed some AI voice bitch to overrule his decision and we all go through. Quirky. To be honest, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if it was all planned from the beginning. Nevertheless, charisma, using his manager's voice again? Look man, I get it. It can be nerve-wracking stepping in front of the camera. Hell, I still get nervous doing promos. But in the words of John Cena, you gotta step up or step aside. Chris Reid, I gave my opinion on you last week. It hasn't changed. If anything, my opinion is only lowered. See, I don't want, nor do I need a manager or a coach to cut my promos for me. And finally, beer. The last time we met at Promo Rumble 9, since then, all I heard from you was complaint after complaint about it being a 2-minute promo. And then, when you gain a title shot against me, you faceplant hard AF. Seems to be a repeating cycle for you, doesn't it? You complain, then you fail, you complain, then you fail, over and over and over. So, yeah, I think that's everyone. As you can see, I don't need a manager or a coach to cut my promos for me. I'm also not going to bitch and moan if I don't win. I do have one final message for the captain, however, because I feel that it needs to be addressed. These last couple of weeks, it seems you found a way for people to pass through into the next round, almost like you're afraid to upset them, and or allowed a non to overrule you. Why? Seriously, why? Take control of your ship or pass the reins down to somebody who actually has a fucking spine. Because all I've seen the last couple of weeks is you acting like Tony Khan in the face of CM Punk. So, that's it. I'm done. Have a good one, everyone. Phoenix, out.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. I tried to be a nice guy. I tried to play by your rules. So, Anon has spoken. So in the midst of the triple threat match that we had, it took someone else to speak on someone's behalf. We had Travis with Chris and Feeney with his camera cuts. Does it mean a bit ironic that they're doing everything in their power to want to take on me in the final? Whereas I won fair and square. Cypher even said I won fair and square. And that, my man, is respect. So, King of the Mic final it is. Fatal 4-way, I don't give a shit. I said at the get-go, I don't care who I face. Because there's only one goal of mine. That's to become king. This time last year, I defied all odds to get to the final. I lost to, at the time, the world champion, Mr. Moses Marquez. El Jefe himself. The GOAT. My former tag team partner. And one day, we will get those belts back, my man. Let me show you. But, on to big business. You see, this year has not been good for me. Unfortunately, there's a lot that's gone on. I don't want to get too much detail. A lot of people know what's happened. I have lost a lot. I lost the tag team championships with Moses. And I also lost the chance to win or regain my Knowledge Championship. But Feeney, Trivia Takeover 2026, I still fucking hope you have that title. Because I'm going to take it away from you. And the fact that your promos last a couple minutes, believe me, sir, it's just a shame that your promos are so short because you know you couldn't last more than 3 minutes, Daddy. Woohoo! Mr. Reid. You claim that you want to try and beat Larkin. Dude, Larkin smoked the shit out of you. And there's only one person that's ever smoked Mike Larkin, and that's me. So, how are you going to smoke me if you can't smoke anybody else? And your promos, what I've seen, they're about as worse as Mercedes Monet's. And I love Mercedes. Your promos suck. As well as your damn career. And there's another gentleman who I've never seen before. Charisma. Now, I don't know what to expect from this cat. I don't know whether he's going to have his manager to speak for him. Is he going to have lawyer to speak for him? Is he going to have Daz to speak for him? Is he going to have God to speak to him? I don't care. You can bring anybody because I'm hungry. I'm determined. And I'm not going to stop at nothing to reach my destiny. And when I win the King of the Mic, my muscles may ache. My mind is empty. My body is broken. But at nothing, you will never lead me to my throne. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, Promo Slam. I'm counting down the days, baby, when I become the world heavyweight champion. I've had one of the best rookie years since my return. I was only around on Max only for a little bit. Unfortunately, I just did not have the time to arrive with Max until I wanted to make an impact. And I made a damn impact. I'm a former Knowledge Champion, but I'm not counting that reign because my reign didn't last very long because I was robbed out of my title. I'm a former Tag Team Champion. With the best partner in the world in El Jefe. And judging that I'm still trying to uncover the mystery of a non-maskeress and his two little bum boys, his two bum fiddlers that we know that is with him, And somewhere down the line, those 3 bastards are going to unmask. And when I find out who they are, because I'm going to get them, I will unmask the 3 of them. And I will show you who the real cowards in this world are. Hiding behind the mask is a sign of a motherfucking weakness. And unmask, Chris, you made life personal for me now. You put me in a fatal 4-way, and as I said, I don't care. Because I'm not going to stop at nothing to reach my destiny. King of the Mic first. Then I'm going to go to Promo Slam, where I am cashing in my Iron Band contract. And I don't care who is champion. It can be Daz. It can be Phoenix. It could be Cypher. It could be Teddy. It could be Trav. It could be Lawyer. It could be the Pope. It could be even Satan himself. Because this fire-breathing dragon, this mad Welsh dragon, is going all the way to the very top. Instead of saying it's Tiffy time, big up Tiffany Stratton. Instead of it's Vader time, God rest your soul, Leon White. And no more of my entrances for El Jefe's last night at Dynamite. It's now Beer's time. And if you don't like it, tough fucking shit. My time has come, and nobody is going to stop me.
Okay, so let's just get right on into it. So we saw the cards being drawn before the match. We had to get the closest to 5 minutes. So let's get into the official times. Remember, it's a triple threat now. No Feeney, because no promo. His own fault to blame. So let's start with my man, the best tag team partner a brother can have, my man Beer. 7 minutes, 58 seconds. A little long in the tooth. Then we're going to go ahead. We're going to hit the newcomer, Charisma. Very charismatic in his promo. 1 minute, 1 second. Thank God for the no DQ rule. And Chris Reid coming in at 6 minutes, 22 seconds.
And 2:44 for Phoenix.
So, the closest to 5 minutes is none other than the mercenary, Chris Reid. He is your new King of the Mic, and now the first ever Max Duel Champion. This guy is a double champ, and all he had to do was show up for work.
Congratulations, Chris.
Way to go. Travis, the Coach Anderson pays off. And also, I love the fact that Beer is wearing a Christmas t-shirt in July.
Attaboy.
Congratulations, Chris. You are on a rise this year. You finally beat me. Even though you got to buy into the King of the Mic semifinals, you still ended up facing 3 people. And now the first ever Duel Champion. Congratulations. So let me just recap the rules of the Duel Championship for everybody. Starting next week, anybody can challenge Chris for that dual title. He then has a week to respond. If he does respond, you've got one more chance to call him out the following week. If he doesn't respond, you become the Duel Champion. It's that simple.
How long can the chain go?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've only got 2 chances to call him out. If he responds both times, he stays champion, and then you go to the back of the line.
Back of the line.
With that said, we got 1 match to go. But first, thank you for joining us tonight for Money Shot. It's been a loaded night, and it's not quite over yet. But the next time we have a Max event is in 4 weeks for the real party of the summer, Promo Slam.
Ooh, can't wait. We will be predicting this year's SummerSlam, and you can expect plenty of action from the Max Wrestling side, including a world title match. As we found out last week, Beer announced that he will be cashing in his Iron Bank contract on the world champion. But will it be Tedd P Dinero or will it be the captain? We will find out shortly.
Beer, I'll see you there. And for more information on Promo Slam, go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com/promoslam for more information.
Information.
Ooh, 2 new champions. Maybe 3 by the end of the night. But before we get to that, let's put some points on the board. It's Mike's first time doing this. The bell end board.
Oh boy. Okay.
A bell end. You're a bell end, mate. Look, bell end 1, bell end 2, big veiny bell end over here.
Okay, who has been a bell end this week?
Eric Bischoff.
He's a bell end every week.
Every week, every day. His existence.
I'm gonna switch it because Bischoff was there, but I gotta go with one of his counterparts who he doesn't like, but he is also sometimes says a lot of bullshittery, and I'm gonna go with bro. Here's what we're gonna do. I gotta put Vince Russo on the villain board for me.
How many bros were in that WCW documentary?
Stop it.
Oh, dude.
Stop it right now. Stop it.
No, so the reason why is because this son of a bitch was like, bro, if Triple H is booking the Wyatt 6, bro, it's only going to last for like 3 weeks, bro. It's going to be hot for 3 weeks, and then it's going to go away. Like, what are they doing with the Wyatt 6? You know, Bray Wyatt is no longer with us, but now we got his brother Bo. Now we got a Howdy Doody, and now we got this thing that's buzzing over here. What is this buzzing? So, yeah, I got to go Vince Russo. I gotta go Vince Russo just because of his mockery of the Wyatt 6 and Triple H's booking. But Vince, it's only been on for 2 weeks, bro. It's only been on for 2 weeks.
So it's going to finish this week.
That was quite literally the best Vince Russo impression I've ever fucking seen.
Well, we're both Long Islanders, bro. We're both Long Islanders.
How many points for Vince Russo?
Can we just give him like? All right, I'm gonna make it 8. Just 8. How many can we go up to? Can I just give him like 8?
As many as you want.
As many as you want.
Yeah. Oh, as many as I want. All right, can we give him like? All right, I'm gonna give him 20 bros on that one. We'll give him the number 20. Give him
20 bell-end points for the bro master.
20 bellends.
Ooh, he's only 10 points behind Vince McMahon.
Oh well,
the other Vince.
All right, first of all, Russo is not to that level. Number one, but also number two. When Jim Cornette threatens to friggin' like kill you, and then you have to put out an order of protection, and Jim Cornette does not care about that order of protection. He sells it on his website, and it's like, oh my God, look at this motherfucker! He gave me a goddamn order of protection. So I mean, there's different levels of hatred to that. But
yeah. How many bell-end points are we adding to Eric Bischoff's account? He's made a few deposits.
Well, yeah, he's fucking up there, and he's only going to continue to go up there because that's his thing. He just loves to shit on stuff, even though the reality is I'm not going to get into it. All right, I'll be nice. Give him 5 because, I'm sure he'll get another 5 next week.
Hold on, he did say something about the Young Bucks.
Well,
that's what I'm referring to. All this.
Oh, when he told him to hit the gym. Yeah, he told him.
Yes.
All right, Eric Bischoff. Is now on a total of 83. He is creeping very, very close to the sex ring, which is still on top of the bell-end board with 100 points.
Wait a minute. How apropos was that he has 83 points and he hosts a show called 83 Weeks?
Yeah.
Attaboy, Mike.
I don't think Mo even realized he was already on 78, so that was a lucky guess to give him 5.
Let's go. I'll fucking take it all day.
Any more bell-ends before we move to the good side?
I would say Ryback, but Ryback hasn't doing anything. But I just put Ryback on there anyway.
Ryback's he's just there. Just mention him.
Oh well, I would say Dave Scherer, PW Insider, and the only reason because he's another one that's like, there's a couple people. I remember him. He was like, why are they doing this Wyatt 6? They're telling stories, and now they're doing like this with the spooky stuff, and they're murdering everybody. And I'm like, let it breathe, man. And it's not even just Dave Scherer. It's like people just in general with this Wyatt 6. Like, let it fucking breathe. Like it's only been 2 weeks. Let him go. Good.
No, Mike, you have an excellent point because wasn't Beer just talking the whole same thing during his rant? The IWC is running rampant with bullshit.
Shut up.
So the IWC gets 10 points.
That's fucking WC.
Some kind of freaky Lou or something wackadoo.
Yeah.
5 points for the IWC. That puts him on 32.
Bastards.
32.
All right, let's put some good points on the board with the Bruv board. Bruv.
With the Bruvs.
Oh. I was better than 80% of that roster. I made myself an on-screen character, and that was my mistake when I made myself an on-screen character. But I have to say, I was 80% better than the roster. I think Goldberg speared me into that ramp on purpose. I told him to go this way, but that son of a bitch, he put me into the barricade, bro. So, of course, I think that it was on purpose that he gave me a concussion, bro. I said, Bill, I have a concussion. Just put me over here. But no, he put me over there.
No. Goldberg never gives people concussions.
No, not at all.
No, never.
All right. Right off the bat, I'm gonna give 30 points to Britt Baker for returning, getting a huge pop, and shitting on Mercedes Moné.
All over shit.
You put me at the same with that. I'll go with the same. Just put me at the same.
Hey, you know what? Then 60 points for Britt Baker.
60. I love it.
Get him, girl.
You go.
Welcome back, DMD. Who else? I'm gonna give 5 points to Bryan Danielson for taking a beating from Shingo.
And then Pac.
And Pac, yeah. Jeez.
Fucking hell.
Hey, Brian, how do you want to do this tournament? Just have everybody beat the shit out of me.
Beat the living dog out of me. Because damn.
All right, I'm going to give it on the NXT side, and I think Beer will appreciate this. Mia Yim for doing that suicide dive and her teeth landing on those chairs. Good Lord, and the mouth. Oh.
Ooh, I didn't see that. Was it worse than Shotzi?
It's up there, but I think Shotzi's still worse.
Shotzi just fucking pummeled into those chairs.
At her. She's like, I can team with this girl. She's as sick as I am. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Shotzi tweeted at her about the spot.
Jesus Christ. Crazy.
How many points for Mia Yim?
Oh, man. I gave her any kind of points I want. I'll give her 25.
Nice.
25.
Anybody else? I'm gonna give 5 points to Mike for the Vince Russo impression, bro.
Fuck yes.
Bro!
You got 5 points, bro.
Moses Marquez, you're going to be watching WCW 2000. Bro, I know you do that retro rewind show. Can you have me on, bro, so we can talk about the greatest era when I put it up to a 3.5 rating in 1999? Then they brought me back in 2000, bro. That piece of shit Hulk Hogan playing his creative control card, bro.
He always says it like that, too. Creative control card.
You will never see that piece of shit again. Booker T, we were sitting around the meeting, and I said, it has to be Booker. Booker T has to win the championship tonight.
When you literally just said you're not going to see that fucker again, I could see fucking Vince walking around the fucking ring right there in his stupid-ass fucking Giants jersey like an asshole. Oh, God. WCW died a horrible death.
That incident with Booker T was just...
I'm going to come into TNA. We're going to have the greatest faction ever. We're going to call it Sports Entertainment Extreme. That's right, bro. The Sports Entertainment Extreme. I'm going to be managing AJ Styles, even though I'm like a foot taller than he is, bro. The greatest ever TNA ratings, NWA TNA Sports Entertainment Extreme, bro.
Oh, I forgot about that faction.
Yes.
Ugh.
That was the thing.
Jeez.
That was the thing.
Yeah, TNA wasn't always great in the early days.
Early TNA was not. NWA TNA.
Again, who are we to blame? Russo. Fucking ass.
All right, let's leave the points there. We're going to leave you now with our World Championship main event. Thank you for joining us. I hope we rocked you harder than Rishi Sunak's eviction notice.
Hey.
Before we close this up, let's find out what Host Mo and the TSK have for you Pencil Neck Geeks this week with a round of Click This, Bro.
Bro, we go to Click This right now. Click it. You know you want to hit the bell, subscribe, bro.
Do it. Hit the subscribe. He's got a point. TSK is dropping their review of Forbidden Door. It's dropping late because, that's how it goes in this world. So it's actually going to drop Friday. It's going to drop tomorrow. So we might try to go for a double episode or, have one, have the max today. And then, of course, have the TSK drop later tomorrow. But on the safe side, it drops first thing Friday morning. Go enjoy it. Go kick it with the TSK. Hear our view on Forbidden Door and how it was kind of just a meh show. It didn't need to have so many matches for it to be meh. But we'll get into that whole thing. Follow that part. I say it each and every week. The Max Footy Pod's coming back, whether y'all like it or not. I know I'm itching to get back somehow, some way. I'm sure Beer's itching to get back, so we got to talk to footy because preseason's starting. Guys are back in camp. Shit's about to go down. So make sure you subscribe to all the fun stuff right here. Follow us on all the lovely socials. Max Wrestling UK, Captain 512, SMR Podnet, and the Max Footy Pod. Check out the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com, and hit the subscribe button on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the socials. Keep us growing. I think we hit we're at 510 right now in subs. Get us up to 1,000. TikTok's going back up. So come on now. Come on with us.
Yeah, spit on that thing. Mike, while you
Hot Tui, bro. Hot Tui, bro.
Hakatua, bro.
Oh,
besides the hawk towing, Mike, anything to plug?
bro, I'm going to be no. So whoever is the face for the TV title at Promo Slam, whether it be Mo or Corey, I'm looking forward to it. And thank you, Chad, for me beating you on your birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. So you can follow me at SFShow1 or MCL92 on Twitter. You can check me out Larkin_92, where I'm Larkin MB on the Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mike Larkin92, where you can see the weekly review with myself and Mr. Paul Morales, the RWT Dead Man. Nicola, Robert, and I, thank you. With Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling, we're going to be doing predictions later on today as well, much like we did here for Money in the Bank and NXT Heatwave. You can check me out. Steve and Mike show is on there as well. The LFC podcast on the Mic with Mike, Max Wrestling stuff. So I got my whole catalog on the YouTube channel. And just check out LFCfights.com. The reality show LFC Exposed is on now, featuring yours truly doing his ring announcing thing from LFC 35 and LFC 36. And we actually have an event tonight on the LFCfights.com VIP section, LFC 40 Booty Camp 5. So lots is going on. So spend some 4th of July with the lovely ladies of Lingerie Fighting Championship. So that's where you can follow me. I'm just going to keep doing my thing and saying bro because, well, bro.
And remember the hawk tour.
I remember the hawk tour.
Oh, you just wait till don't talk to me.
You just wait till we get to the outro. I got something to say. Go ahead. I'm going to save it.
Hell.
Oh, you better say it now because we're going straight to the main event.
Oh, okay. You want me to say it now? All right. I got to keep my composure. Mercedes MONE used the creative control card. You will never see that piece of shit again.
Where's Tony? Fucking Tony, listen to this shit to that and fucking follow his lead right now.
What do you mean you want to get rid of Mercedes? She's the greatest wrestler of all time, the hottest free agent ever. What do you mean you want to get rid of her now? Bro, we got to get rid of her. She used the creative control card. She's the disruption to the business. She walked up the arena, so now I'm going to go out there and shoot. She used that creative control. She's a piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Don't forget the giant shoes.
Lord.
Oh, my God.
One final thing to plug. We did finally bring back Throne Zone last week. DC and I recapping the first 2 episodes of House of the Dragon Season 2. There's no new episode this week because House of the Dragon Episode 3 was a little bit slow. But next week looks like it's about to hit the fan. So we're going to do another double next week. So you can look forward to Throne Zone Season 4 Episode 2 next week. Now, let's do this, Teddy. I haven't even looked at the world title in 18 months, but that's about to change. So, Mark Henry, say the line.
It's time for the main event.
Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Where do we begin, Teddy P? It has been so long since I've competed in a world title match. I'm not even sure I know how to compete in a world title match anymore because so much has changed in those past 18 months. See, I used to be the cinematic guy. I used to be gimmicks and characters and special effects. That was me. That was my thing. That's why I'm the longest reigning world champion, or was former world champion. But you see, Daniel Crimmins, you forced me to change who I was. Forced me to change everything I stood for, everything I was about. I had to learn to do without the gimmicks and the special effects and the characters and the shape and the jester and the this and the that. And I had to rely solely on me. I had to re-educate myself. I had to adapt. And I became a straight shoot promo guy, just like you. And it worked. For 300 days, I was television champion. Just me and a camera like this, cutting promos. And I reigned supreme, and I don't know, maybe that's who I am now. Maybe I'm not the character guy anymore. Which is kind of why I decided that after 18 months I would challenge Tedd P for the world title. But there's a couple more reasons, Teddy, which I'll get to in just a moment, because do I still have what it takes to be a cinematic guy, to be a world champion in Max Wrestling? I don't know. I do know that I'm capable of winning back the TV title one day, and that will happen. But as for the world title, Teddy, you have the world title now, and that is the consequence of a long-running series of events that actually started when I lost the world title 18 months ago, a promo series. Cypher betrayed the jury, sided with Travis. They formed the Modern Day Outlaws. I formed the Dragon Club. You joined the Modern Day Outlaws, and now here we are. MDO's no more. You were the last standing soldier of El Jefe. You took Cypher's world title. You beat El Jefe. You closed the chapter on the book that I was writing. It wasn't Dragon Club that brought an end to the MDO, it was you. You decided to become world champion. You put your needs above the MDO, and now there is no more MDO. Well, thank you, Tedd P. Congratulations, you ended the war. And now Dragon Club is the last faction standing. Because of you. So you see, fate has brought us back together, Teddy. Because now, it is kind of funny how you're the one that I need to test myself against. But here's the other thing. When I won the TV title last year, who was the first person I gave an opportunity to? You. I named Tedd P Dinero as my first challenger. I gave you the first crack. And since you've been world champion, have you reciprocated that? No. I didn't hear no, Captain, do you want a world title shot? No. You didn't return the favor, so this is me collecting on a favor. Which again brings me to the point. Do I still have what it takes to be a world champion? How do I compete for the world title now? Do I still bring out the gimmicks? Do I turn into the Shape or the Jester? Do people even remember the Shape or the Jester? I know I do. So I don't know, Teddy. I don't know how to compete for the world title anymore, which means I probably don't know how to beat you. But I do know how you're going to beat me. The same way that you are still world champion. Because let's face it, Teddy, it has not been you that has kept that world title over your shoulder since Promomania. It's been her. The reason you're still world champion is because you have the biggest weapon anybody can have in their arsenal. The one person nobody in Max Wrestling wants to fuck with. We call her the Demoness. She has kept that title on you. Even against Moses, you brought her out. You got her into Corey's head, and he hasn't really been the same since. But let me ask a question. Are you really gonna use her against me? Better question for the Demoness herself. Are you really gonna stand between me and Tedd P? After everything that we've been through? Hell, we've resurrected each other. You and the shape and the gesture, Demoness, you have this mystical bond that even I don't understand. Are you really gonna stand in my way?
If you don't get it, it's probably not for you to get.
Yeah. Let you in the mind of a broken man. I live life with a sky, it's my speed limit. It's my world, y'all just live in it. Scratch that, matter of fact, you ain't nothing in it. It's my own rules, in the fifth dimension. Diamond shining prime time, victim of the high life. Living in the fast lane, now I'm trying to make it right. Sunglasses.
I would like to tell a story, Captain. Captain. My captain. Another body. Another body. Another person who wants to take away something that I've earned. That I've earned. That I did it. I did it. Demoness. I am her spawn. And what she do for me, I will surely do for her. What you guys don't understand is we have a connection, somewhat of a symbiotic connection. If she needs it from me, I give it to her. And if I need from her, she gives it to me. If she wants what I have, I will give it to her. Because that is what true loyalty is. And I am loyal to my demoness. She loves me because she knows I'm the one to bring carnage. I am the one that brings destruction. I am the one that will decimate Max Wrestling. And we will rejoice. We will rejoice, and we will listen to the speakings of the Red. And we will dine, and we will be drenched all in red. But you, Captain, you have to understand one thing. And one thing, and one thing only. This is bigger. This is bigger than you and me. You have bigger fish to fry. But you don't know that yet. And me, well, I'm just getting started on my reign of terror. It is so fleeting to know that everybody wants what I have, but you have to understand that there are consequences. There are consequences to standing at the top. I came in with a family. And my family dismantled off of greed and disloyalty. But she told me a long time ago that she will never leave me. She will never leave me. And she never did. And when it came time, when it finally came time for me to get what I rightfully deserved, she was right there. She was right there. And she told me that she would never, ever leave my side. We are family. I am the spawn, and she is my demoness. And Max Wrestling sit firmly in the palm of our hands, our claws. If you look I really like you, Dazzy. I do. I don't want nothing to happen to you. But you gotta understand. The water's too deep. Your legs are getting cramps. Your arms are getting numb and you will drown. You will drown at the sight, at the feet of the understood, the unpredictable, the one true heel, the glitch in the system. Well, what's understood doesn't need to be explained, Captain. And if you don't get it, Captain, oh Captain, it's not for you to get.
Silence, Captain. What's the rule? Mention our name and I appear. Foolish mortal.
Really? Like I just said, after all we've been through, you're gonna stand in between me and the world title. You're gonna protect your spawn. Wow. Wow. See, I thought I knew you better than that, but I made the mistake of thinking that because Demoness, nobody knows you but you. Nobody understands you but you. So, this is what it comes to. You're gonna stop me being world champion? At least tell me why.
Why are you here, Captain? You have no reason to be here. I am aware of our past. I am aware of what has happened and what will happen. I know you resurrected us, or a version, a forgotten of you. So we are even, as I have said, but you are right. None of you mortals, anyone in this world knows who we are. You will go by my human vessel. That's the mistake all of you make. We are not a weapon to Tedd P. We are the distraction. You mortals have all been focusing on me. Not on what the world champ's doing. And now you, Captain, are here, telling us what we already know. I gave power to the shape, and you chose your humanity. Mistakes were made. You do not need the World Championship. There's a bigger picture. In the winds we hear something. Something dark is coming. And I mean us. Captain, it's not time yet. You need to go back. I will stop you getting a teddy. But you need to think and remember something. Remember who you are. Leave now.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe we do have bigger things to do. Maybe it's not about championships anymore. You're right about one thing. I have bigger things to do than be a champion again. So Teddy, congratulations, you win this one. But you, the world title, the Demoness, none of you have seen the end of me. So you know what? It still works. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Break the barrier that is holding me back. The last wall to break down between the old me and the new me, between the cinematic me and the straight shooting me, between the world me and the TV me. There was one barrier left. It's time, as they used to say in 1997, to break it down.
Temper, Captain. That camera was expensive. But it seems none of you heeded my warning. Salvation is close. And revelation is closer. The doomsday clock is ticking.